Dawn, how do you even play this game?
All right. So last time you guys had fought a large storm site, basically conquering it, finding inside this blade along with many memories. You would then talk to many members of Inventus, including Gerald Strom, which included basically excavating him from the entire town, taking him to Geom. You also went and met up with Percy, took him to your house within Inventus in a very quick jaunt, talked over for now almost about a full day discussing what you thought were, I guess, theories of what you might think this Ralanoff Draconius, this burned man, could be, the Red Council, their implications, what Rox might be doing, what the Darien Roxchild could be doing, multitude of things and what could be going on. You guys finally have found yourself in in Alberzine, outside of the ancient library, where you guys went in and found that there were other groups that were starting to possibly put things together. Memories are starting to be pieced together, and not only you are starting to figure out that things are kind of not matching up to what they are. People are asking for what your alignment is, what your, future is, and what you could be doing. Many groups want to meet with you. Jake has, Fuctus has his whole legionnaire of Dragonborn people marching towards Yorwood and his St. Grendridge to hopefully intercept and stop that or guide them in a different direction. Many things have become very pertinent. And now finding that there's something hidden beneath the ancient library within your last visit, and depending on how you guys are going to handle that, you guys were then evacuated out of the ancient library, where you heard things knowing that something was in the third chamber. Now, as you guys walk around at about 7 p.m., it's very busy. You guys see hundreds of individuals about. You guys take about maybe 30 seconds and you see guards and a large individual kind of start moving very quickly around the corner of a few buildings coming down the street. You see guards moving many commoners out of the way. Immediately, you guys know that this is Leodor Albren. This is the headmaster in Alberzine, and he, along with what look to be 6 to 7 guards, is making his way essentially towards this ancient library. He seems to be in a very quick, hurried manner, and as he does so, you notice that he, as well as these hex guards, start searching through some individuals in the crowd. Get out of the way! Many individuals start just fleeing immediately, not wishing to impede any of their movement. You see Leodor as he starts making his way, wearing red adornment, not hiding any of his colors, showing very much that he seems to be representing part of the Red Council. As he starts making his way forward, you see that he stands large in stature, close to 7 foot in height, and as he makes his way, this older man, you hear as he talks underneath. Give me a perception check if you guys wish to listen in. Or you guys could investigate it if you guys want to get closer, though it won't be as stealthy.
The last time we saw him, he wasn't this large, was he?
No, he seems to be a little bit bigger. Last time he was about maybe 6 foot.
Can I
You can give me a stealth check. Yeah, if you wish to give me a stealth check.
25 perception. 19 perception.
27.
27. Okay, so you definitely fade out quickly as they start making their way up.
And now I want to kind of just step closer and actually investigate.
Okay, so you're getting close. You see a hex guard kind of making your way, but you're waiting kind of till the last second, and then the guard doesn't necessarily see you. He's kind of moving guards away. You two here, just under the brisk, quick movement, you hear Leodor just speak to one of the guards. Get him out of the way. We must make it to the chamber now.
My investigation is 25.
25. As they push forward and they get past, you notice that as they push past these two, you kind of intercepting maybe 20, 30 feet a little further down. He now pushing past the hex guard, as in just immediately with this emergency haste that he has. You hear him say, I hope they didn't find it. I've been looking for it. That's all you hear.
I'm going to make my way back to these guys.
Okay.
And inform them what I heard.
All right, so you guys have a minute. You guys are still in the streets. They now walk past, guard in tow. They start making their way.
Refresh me, because above table, who is this guy specifically?
He's the headmaster of Alberzine, the schools.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like the dean of all of the academics in Alberzine.
We theorized that he was also a bad guy, right?
We know he's a bad guy.
You know he's a part of the Red Council to a point.
Yeah. I don't remember if he's an official member, though. Or is he just an associate?
You let him to believe. You let him to believe he's an official one of the 5.
Okay.
Quick, can we say again what our names are again?
You are Onyx.
That's right.
He was Jack the Hammer.
Yeah,
Jack
Hammer.
Or Jack Hammer.
Jack Hammer.
And
Arbor.
and no one could remember you because he couldn't bring it up. He was like, I can't remember the new guy.
Yeah.
But Arbor. So yeah, those are the names you guys were going by. So as this is all going on and you guys are moving about, you guys take a few moments. What are you guys doing? You guys see this happening. You hear this. You guys hear these, 2 different sides of him reacting. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I do like the idea of killing this guy, but we're in it.
Do you guys turn around and kind of look and see?
Yeah, but these also aren't
just
Give me perception checks as you guys are kind of seeing around the crowd to see what they're doing.
to get in there.
19.
natural 20 for 29.
Ooh, nice.
21.
All right, so as you guys kind of look, you, Orem, especially see right through, and you notice that it seems like he's being stopped. You see that there's 2 guards that are interacting with him, and they don't seem to be wanting to let him in. And it seems that there's guards that are a part of the Hex Guard trying to speak with now other members of the Hex Guard that are coming out of the ancient library. They're not letting him in. And you can see that it's starting to become somewhat of a heated discussion.
Share that with the group.
You guys all notice this, and
Wait, does that mean there's like part of the Hex Guard that doesn't give a fuck about the Red Council?
Either that, or it's an instance of their
Protecting Mr. President?
well, yeah, they're protecting the library. Their protection of the library supersedes everything else.
Yeah, like they could have their protocols.
Yeah.
Nah, but the Hex Guard are subordinates to the Red Council. They're not related. This isn't like an ancient temple. Like these aren't Jedis that live in this library.
I mean, in a
these
city,
are Hex Guards.
in a city dedicated almost exclusively to schools, a library, kind of a big deal.
Especially considering it's older than the city it's in.
That's true. I don't think there's anything we can do here.
what'd you roll?
The fact that he is here makes it even less appealing. We know there's a fight tomorrow. We don't know if there's a fight today.
How much are we just gonna be like until it's gonna blow up in our face?
While this is going on,
we've just been avoiding every side of conflict, like.
no, that's fine.
Forever.
You see a certain like whitish gray kind of cloaked female, and it kind of reminisces you back to about a week or so ago where you found that 7 platinum. You see this, and as you see this female figure kind of walking, you see she's kind of stopped and looking just as you are, just kind of almost spying in a way on the situation happening at the ancient library. You know that this is Beatrix Hemptrix.
I was gonna say, did you remember that?
She's the elective representative who's running.
No.
I remember that.
Vanessa's sister.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
This is the changeling's sister.
Yeah.
That was Grendridge's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
was you guys haven't ever met her technically, but you've heard of her many of times. And now
Is this
Is this the lady we saved in the one shot, or did we save Vanessa in the one shot?
No, this is Beatrix. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So as that's happening, it doesn't matter. So as that happened, as that's happening, you guys are over here. You guys doing anything while you guys are seeing this?
So I didn't notice the lady Beatrix.
I'd say you did. You noticed fuck this and would have noticed this. You guys all three would have noticed. You guys all rolled high enough to have seen.
I would point her out and be like, "That is a conversation. That's what I want. The fact that she's here, the fact that a lot of important people are gathering here, is a good thing and a bad thing."
I don't know about talking to a public figure while we're in really terrible disguises when we're wanting
Yeah.
advice from a government.
I mean, she's being.
we should probably just shadow. And it looks like she's trying to be a little discreet.
Yeah. Do any of us have a way to very quietly look?
You see at this point that Leodor's still not getting in, and you see a guard. He kind of pushes forward and he starts getting right in front. You see a staff member walks out. It takes a moment, and you see that a member starts saying something. You don't quite see exactly what it is. Takes a moment, and then you see that one of the guards in the back throws something. You're not quite sure what. It hits one of the guards that's standing out front of the ancient library, and they immediately put up part of their shields. You see spears that go over top, and you immediately know that this is getting pretty hostile. You see Leodor step inside, almost like a circular formation with his guardsmen around him. He heightens his voice to where you barely hear it. "I want to go inside now." You hear whatever this staff member, keeping a very calm voice, saying something you're too far to understand. But you know that it's escalating. And within this, you see this white cloaked Beatrix kind of starts making her way a little bit away from the scene as you see people are starting to back up in case a fight does break out. And as this happens, you guys rolled high enough, especially with an at 20, you see that there's someone kind of shadowing.
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're shadowing the shadow kind of. So as you kind of look in, you notice this is like a smaller man, maybe a halfling. And you notice that he is kind of hiding within the crowd. And as you look down, you see that there's something he's got in his hand. You don't know what. He's kind of makeshift. People are moving very quickly. You peer through, but you can't really get a good look at it. He's hiding something.
I'm going to go into the alleyway. And
Okay.
I'm still stealthed.
Yep.
I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay.
I'm going to use my psychic leap to get on the rooftops to get like
All right, so you jump like 20 feet back,
a better
go
view.
invis. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you see just a man
I want to be
snoring
close
kind of in the
enough to
corner.
still
And,
use whispering to these guys,
Okay.
but not better, just so I have a vantage point.
all right, so you jump up, you get about, I'd say 5-10 feet, you start perching over the top. You notice that the tops of these kind of level out. They kind of, peak up and then level. What is everybody else doing?
I'm also invisible. I get
Guess I'll just
Give me a stealth check just for the sound.
observe the shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow the shadow.
All right, give me a
And
perception.
just kind of moving.
You just want to follow him, or you want to like
It'd be
actually
30.
look at him?
32.
Okay. Are you wanting to just follow him, or are you wanting to actually like perceive something?
I'll see if I could perceive anything.
All right, you trying to get closer, or do you want to stay where you're at? Because right now where you guys
How
are at is
far?
like 40 feet away through a crowd. It's about 40 feet. She's about 10, 15 feet in front of this figure.
And where, how far is he from us?
He went back about 20 feet, dropped into an alley about 10 feet, and then went up about 25 more feet, and it's kind of perched up about 60, 70 feet off to your left, kind of hovering above some of the building tops.
That's not within range of the ring, right?
No.
I can't get close enough with the ring on the rooftops.
Not where you're at. Or you guys are kind of in the middle of the street. If he, you wanted to maybe veer off a little bit to the
fall
left.
back. And we need to make sure, like,
Yeah.
this looks like it's about to pop, like, in.
The crowd's kind of moving. You guys could maybe,
Yeah.
stay with the crowd a little bit and move probably within range. You'd be near part of the buildings in the alleyway.
So, can I just like move forward like maybe 10 feet
Yeah, you can
And
move
then
to
try to
and kind of
perceive-
veer off. Yeah.
and then make my way
Yep,
over
yep.
toward him.
All right, so veer off. You start making your way up, trying to get closer before you do so, trying to get a look
Perception?
before. Yep, perception.
24.
You look and you see that there's a dagger that's kind of flipped upside down, hilt down, that he's got definitely shoved up inside of his sleeve. And as he does so, you see a bronze ring. As you look at this, you know that this is an emblem of many of these followers watched associated with the Red Council or with whatever this red draconic tiered symbol is running in. You notice that a lot of the decoration is bronze and red and ornate, like like red rubies. That's kind of like the mixture, bronze or silver mixed with. And you see that they're immediately in this kind of, some of the next to. You see him somewhat making his way up. You're about 20 feet as you approach. You veer off.
Yeah.
So you blend in.
I am gonna just, I'm gonna almost ignore him. I'm gonna clock him. All right.
Give me a deception check as you try and just blend in with the crowd a little bit. Not a big deal. I just want to know what it is in case it comes up.
Is it so it's more or less a straight line at this point? Beatrix, this guy, us.
And the crowd is moving
like,
away from
there's a building,
Beatrix,
like,
and
here,
yes,
and I'm on top of it.
and the street is like an L. It doesn't just keep going. The street L's, and you got Gildor
Yeah,
wow, you have Magnus on these top buildings. So
I'm gonna ignore the guy who looks halfling-ish, and I'm gonna just walk right by him and essentially intercede between. I'm gonna stand between the two of them.
all right, as you're walking up, you see that he's slower than your stride as you are, kind of making your way up there, and you almost meet him, and then as you go to pass him, he kind of takes a step a little bit closer, and then you see his head. You had a nat 20, we'll still roll with that. You see his head almost look towards what seems to be maybe another member. You don't notice anything. You kind of take a quick glance. You just see a crowd of people. But it gives you the intuition or feeling that there may be someone this person's working with. Very quickly, it kind of gives you this idea of you don't really know where this other possible individual is.
Then I will not even intercede between the two of them. I will be fucking directly next to Beatrix.
Beatrix, just making your way beeline. All right,
I'm
give me a-
watching them.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yep, you can see this.
seeing-
Yeah, your bird's eye in
my
it.
deception was a 9.
9. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Give me a perception check while you're on
So what
this,
I
seeing
wanted to
everything.
do is, like, when I'm seeing him like moving past
Can I get like
this
advantage?
shadow or whatever, I want to
Advantage
whisper
point?
in the
Too many
room,
people.
Just,
Too many people?
just say, because I know he's the only one who can hear me right
10.
now. I'll just say heads up. Shadow has a dagger.
Okay.
Can
You
I
say that.
instead of perception? Can I
So I
take my
just
time
told
and
you-
scan the crowd and investigate?
It'll take
it?
longer. It probably won't impact.
Oh, then it's just 10 then.
All right, 10. You see that
So I just
there
told
are
you that the
a
shadow has
bunch
dagger.
of individuals moving
The
away,
second one
but you see that there are 3
somewhere.
that are moving very quickly away. And with your basic intuition and your guard background, that just flicks something in your mind. You're not quite sure, but you see 3, not including the one that he's tagging, that seem to just be kind of off.
Fleeing
You're not sure.
or just moving about?
Moving about awkwardly. You're not quite sure which one or if any of them. They all could be innocent, but your intuition is something's off with those 3. You could be
They're
completely
not
wrong.
They're not running around.
Not
like everybody
running. It just seems different. They're moving different than the crowd. Different flow. Could be nothing though. With a 10.
else. Can I take my time and investigate those people?
You can, but as that happens, you're moving up. As you intercede, you hear a voice, "Get out of my way." And you feel a small hand. As you're about 5-10 feet, as you hear a boom, almost like a lurching step move and go in the small of your back, trying to push you out of the way. Not a real shove in a way. And you feel this small step as now, side by side, this small, and you can definitely tell this is a halfling, is right next to you, almost matching you. You quickly now going faster, both of you about 10 now feet from Beatrix.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything?
I will, as he kind of pushes me, I will kind of block him with my hand and just say, "Rude! Chill out, dude. We're all walking in the same direction."
As that happens, you see he immediately pulls a blade that was in his right palm, swivels it out, and he turns in mid-stride. "Don't get in my way." He quickly turns and then starts making his way towards Beatrix.
Did we
Is he
make
wearing
shoot
a
signal?
cloak
We should
or
make a
like
shoot
armor or anything?
No, he's a cloak. He's wearing like, just a basic cloak, but you don't see any armor.
I'm just gonna grab him by like the fucking scruff, like the back of his armor, and I'm just gonna pull him back. Don't be an asshole. And then I'm gonna put myself in front of him again.
Yeah, as you do that, he's going to turn and he just swings on you. And he's going to attack.
Fire an arrow?
Yeah, if you wish to. It'll be after this, though, because
Don't you
you're
become visible
scanning.
after you do that?
He's going to
Hold
hit
my arrow?
17.
Should I hold it?
That actually might hit.
See what happens. Just see what.
You see he just pulls out and he
Yeah,
just very
hold it.
quickly just
No,
goes
doesn't hit.
twice.
Yeah.
The first one, second one's 18.
Clang, clang.
Second one's an 18.
No.
No, so you just see him, essentially just whoosh, whoosh, clang, clang. Nothing happens. You see quickly as you grab onto him, tries to pull away. Give me a strength check here, as we're both going to go against this. Oh my god.
This is straight strength or like
Yeah, straight. We'll make it athletics. I rolled a 4.
18.
You see immediately, you just overpower him. He starts just kicking his legs. As this is happening, you see this white gowned cloak woman, one of the 3 that were kind of moving through. You see one starting to dart, and then a second one starting to move very quickly towards her. You have a notched arrow. Are you shooting it at him?
I will shoot it at the one darting after the cloaked.
There's 2.
There's 2 darting after.
Seems
Which
like
one's
it.
Closer.
They're about the same. They're both
The same?
separated about 5 feet, 7 feet in the crowd, making their way towards her. You see the third individual you kind of saw just kind of hanging back maybe 10 feet from fuck this.
Well, he's got him, so I'm gonna shoot one of them.
Okay.
Just pick
So-
whatever.
What, is
Well,
one
right or
already
left?
Running one.
No, just one seems to be hanging out. You're not sure exactly.
You said 2.
Oh, this is a sharpshooter. I get advantage because I'm still
Right or left?
left.
Okay.
You said 2 were going for her.
17.
17 hits.
Okay, so that is going to be 17, and then wait, I got my sneak attack damage. 4 more damage.
21.
21.
All right, so
total.
you noose this arrow right through the crowd, and as you do so, you just see this body and just fall flat to the ground. You see immediately people. They start dispersing and start running. You see the other individual making it closer, about 3 feet.
I can still attack.
I will. I assume I notice the
Yes,
crowd.
you see the one that you have. The crowd starts dispersing. You now see that there's maybe 15 individuals around you that are moving very quickly before it's just maybe 3 or 4 of you, and everyone has fled. You have maybe 4 or 5 seconds before that happens.
I'm still holding this guy. I'm just gonna grin, and I'm gonna say, "Final warning, fuck off," and then I'm gonna toss him behind me, and then fucking don't even care about his response. I'm gonna again get as close to Beatrix as
All
possible.
right, give me a fucking strength check here, or athletics check. We'll make this athletics fucking 6.
9.
All right, so you easily take him, and with a quick just grip and pull back, you move him back in about 5 to 7 feet, just toss him back. You kind of skid him. You see him just kind of hit onto his knees and then just fall down in a manner of 2-3 seconds. You jaunt quickly. You see this individual. He has what looks like a short sword, a lot larger. You see he's about maybe 5 feet away, and as you see, he pulls it from a sheath and starts lurching right towards Beatrix. She has no idea this is really going on.
Do I get my other shot off?
You will not get another shot off. Your first shot, all this is happening too quickly. That's your one action. You, give me a perception check while you're watching all this happening, as you can maybe see something that's going on.
19.
19. You notice that there is definitely these individuals essentially going towards Beatrix, as that's what you're watching. You told them about the third individual, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You see this third individual. As you look, Seems to be just some young male, like a human male, maybe in his 20s, just seems to be watching what's going on. Doesn't really seem to be doing anything. You look on, you see the other two jolting as one falls to the ground. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run up to the one that he threw back.
Okay.
And,
Curb stomp.
well, so he's a halfling?
The ones that are up next to Beatrix. Yes.
And the one he threw was
The
also
one he threw was a halfling?
Mm-hmm.
evil halflings.
Did he drop his weapon when...
No. Still has it.
Anti-fellowship.
So I'm going to run up to this guy and step on his wrist.
Okay.
Where his dagger is.
Okay.
So he can't like move his arm.
Yep, so you restrain him a little bit. You kind of go up and you see him, and he's just sitting there, and he looks up at you. He sees Dragonborn, somewhat terrified. You're bright green, just glowing.
Yeah.
You immediately,
uranium
terrified. Yeah. What else are you doing?
Just say, stay here, be a good boy. But I'm gonna continue to.
He kicks it, drops it. You skid it a couple feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you kick the dagger away. You have kind of left him there. You move him away, or you making sure he's kind of out of the fight?
I'm just gonna stand here, holding him down for the time being, because I ran up like 10 feet. She's maybe like 12 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I should be like 10 feet from them.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Gotcha. So you're just watching.
Yeah.
All right. Are you acting? It would be your turn in the action.
Can I use my cunning action to hide real quick? That's a bonus action.
Yeah, sure.
I will fucking. So the guy's making her way towards. I'm definitely gonna put myself between the two of them.
It's 18 stealth though.
Hey, there's probably not enough time to put yourself between. You might be able to reach out and stop the blade. That might be something you'd be able to do. I'd say that would be probably a athletics or a sleight of hand check. Up to you.
Remember when you said light
of
would have
hand.
been useful?
Sleight of hand?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do sleight of hand.
Okay, give me.
And as I do this,
We'll make this an initiative check to see if, as you do it,
okay.
who goes first.
Can I also just call out Beatrix?
Yeah.
To get her attention?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
So initiative. I rolled a 17, so I got a 21.
Fuck.
Do you want everyone
Not
to
that.
No, just hid.
Initiative?
Yep.
5.
Okay, so as you see this, you yell, Beatrix! He pulls this short sword out. She turns, and as you see this, he just lunges it right into her midsection. You watch this as you get close. You shoulder charge him. What do you want to do? You're now like right in. That was his turn. He pulls the blade kind of out as you see her just kind of fall. He's now standing. You're there. He doesn't. It's technically your turn, or Orem, as that was like your skill check. You still have an action.
Okay. Then, how far away is he?
Within you. I mean, you just barely. You know,
okay.
you just lost out by a second.
Then. Fucking. I'll just, I guess, hit him with my fucking staff. I think. Does it, Beatrix? Look like she's fucking immediately fatally wounded?
Yeah, like right in, gone down.
Mega cure wounds.
Yeah, like blade stuck in her abdomen. You guys see
Here comes
that
the clear.
Leodora and these guards are now seeing that something else is going on. You see some of the guards start shifting over. You on the top of this house see that while the guards are trying to shift over, Leodora is trying to now almost physically make his way into this library.
I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
And then I will immediately use my bonus action to restore 2d6 HP to her.
All right. Now, as this happens, okay, what are you doing, Magnus?
Can I
No.
shoot the guy who stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot the guy who stabbed. I get advantage because I'm stealth again. 16.
A hit?
Plus 6.
Oh yeah,
21.
that hits. He's dead. Are you you immediately? Hang on, let me just. Yeah, you immediately, let me just make sure.
Yeah, it's 22 damage.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
dead.
Where's my sneak attack?
So as you do that,
die?
you just literally pin him down. In a minute, you just, his body just falls
like
to the
just-
ground. You see blood start trickling the bodies onto the streets. People start fleeing. You see now 3 bodies among Beatrix laying on the ground with Hexguard starting to run. You see that there's maybe 2 or 3 people that start, fleeing before you guys are just seen right there. The guards start making their way. What's happening over there? Unsure of exactly what's going on, they see just you, Orem, very close. You still barely tucked into the crowd, the tail end of what's happening. You are one of the only ones that's kind of standing there alone. The guard comes rushing up about 30 feet. Is there anything you want to do?
I'm gonna hide again.
All right, so you're just chilling on the clouds or the rooftops. It comes up. You see 2 Hexguard. They make their way. One pointing shield and spear right at you. What is going on? What is this woman's? Oh my God, we need medical attention right now. You start looking around. Does anybody have a doctor?
Marty,
Someone send.
What happened to the halfling?
He's on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're both like he was
we
holding
got,
him
we got
down.
we got 3 dead.
He
and
shot
one
2.
alive.
Oh, you just
He shot 2, and he's standing on the one that you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There were 4 total though.
You don't know what that other guy was, or if he was an accomplice.
Yeah. It was one just randomly watching.
Yeah.
Oh,
some
okay.
younger.
Since the threat is taken care of, I'm just gonna continually, every opportunity I get, use Aura of Vitality on Beatrix to poke the wound.
Okay, so as you get closer, you go to do so, and as you do, you notice that one of the guards rush up and stand right between you and the body.
It's a 30-foot.
Okay, so you just start doing it.
Yeah.
So you step and you see this guard step in between. Don't go near! And you see the body in one of the guards.
I am medical attention.
Tren. He's already working on doing something to the body. You see that the guards try and impede whatever. This does nothing. You see 2 more guards come running down from the stairwells from the library, and you see Leodor. I'm going in now! And you notice that he literally starts physically pushing up to the staff member, and they are literally trying to hold him back. One of the guards draws a sword, and you see this flame ember emit from his hand and just push this guy off of the entire porch of this, front of this library. You guys standing there, the Hex Guard now standing right in front of you, 3 of them seeing this going on. You can tell that they're torn between what's happening. They need to help Leodor, and the other guards are, also needing to help the citizens, and both of them are trying to defend 2 different things. There's a lot happening here. The guards in front of you, though, are representing Leodor. So they sit here, but now before you, seeing Leodor taking care of what looks to be whatever's happening in front of the library. Who are you? How did you hear that man? He turns around. Fucking woman. You have magic.
Healer. How did you heal her? Yeah.
How? The magic you have?
Yeah, I'm very good.
A metal body like yours?
Yeah. It's a shit paint job, but yeah. Actually, it's never mind. This is a very good
No,
paint job.
it was the
very
best
good
paint
paint
job.
job.
I not 20 that shit.
Yeah, it's a very good paint job, but yeah.
He looks
The
fucking.
oaken. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm imagining the episode of Futurama where Bender is made of wood for some reason.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. He just looks at you. Get back with the crowd.
I'm gonna take care of my patient.
You don't have a patient here. This is going to be our concern. We'll handle it from here. Get back in the crowd.
No.
You see the 2 guards kind of step up, and now they both put spear. Fred, go and get the other guard. Leodor might be alright. This one seems to be unruly today. And you see they stand now in an aggressive stance right in front of you. And you hear people behind you. Hey, what's going on over there? The lady needs help. He's healing her. What's the problem here? You hear a couple individuals chiming in. It's the Hexwell Guard. Let them do their fucking business. Everybody stay out of this, all right? There's about, I'd say 100, maybe 200 people on looking that haven't fled yet, trying to see what is going to start resolving of this. Meanwhile, Leodor is starting to make his way into the library. You see he's starting to push past the guard and has made his way through the front door.
I don't understand why the guard, who from my understanding should be someone looking to protect the citizens, is directly interfering with the protection of citizens.
You hear a woman, yeah, protect the citizens, we're supposed to get. And then you hear a couple others, the citizens, we need the protection. Thanks God, they're fucking corrupt, the Red Council, everybody, you work for Leodor, we all know he's corrupt. Everybody keeps going on and on. You hear just chants, and you see the demeanor immediately starts kind of shifting, noticing that they're very outnumbered. And as that starts happening, you see them kind of put down their spears. We're just here making sure that no one gets hurt. We see that someone was hurt. We came, and you hear one of them as they kind of dart eyes back and forth. They start kind of rescinding their steps, and now you can finally see that they take a step back, finally, to where you can see Beatrix now laying there. You see blood pooling. You have helped her a decent amount to the point where it's at least subsided. She's stable and maybe even conscious. You need to go to her to find that out, but the blade's still stuck inside of her. You take a few seconds and you go and kneel down. You pull the blade.
I will War of Vitality again.
Okay,
so.
And just rip that bitch out and just,
Yeah.
All right, so you go up, you pull it out. Tren, this guard that you see standing to the right, Jesus Christ, like God almighty, he just kind of turns around. You then notice a shift in the crowd because people start kind of beginning to be a little bit on your side, almost aggressively, to the point where, fuck this, you hear, hey man, there's only two of them. Maybe we just, make an example of these guys. They want to, let that woman just bleed in the street. Maybe we should let them just bleed in the fucking street. You start hearing a couple chants like, hey, Robbie, you see what this guy doing? You can tell that people are starting to get a little riled up here.
I assume these Hexwell goons notice this as well?
Yeah.
I will lean in and I will say, things aren't looking good for you. Your boss needs help.
Yeah, it looks like he did. I don't know where he's at. Maybe we should go see what's happening with that trend.
Maybe you should.
Maybe we should. You got this? She's
got
okay? She's important. She's an elect.
I know who she is.
Well, just act like we didn't see anything, and you hear a man behind. No, he's on your fucking faces! Don't try and lie! We know if you try and say anything! And they immediately just turn and start walking towards the front of the library. As this happens, you see guards now stepping in front of them, and another confrontation starts happening on that side. You walk up, you notice that she's conscious. She's breathing very heavily. You see that this individual that you kind of noticed in the crowd is still standing there. Hasn't really moved.
Is there still a conflict happening between Red Council man guards and library guards?
Yes. About 3-on-4, and that's still happening.
He's in the library now, right?
Mm-hmm. You have lost visual of him.
But his guards are fighting library guards.
It seems that way. It seems that there's like 4
reinforcements from the other library guards, leaving him alone.
I am going.
So in the library, there's now a Red Council member we want to kill, and whatever's in the basement. That's cool.
And as that happening, you're standing on this man's fist, and he's kind of, just let me fucking go. You already got. Let me go. Just let me go. Why not?
What are you gonna do?
Fucking run.
I'm gonna knock him out.
Okay, so you just with the freaking heel of your foot and just falls over and just kind of tilts his head. All right, you guys sit here.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Seeing that I Has the crowd started to disperse at all? Or are they still focused on everything?
I'd say there's about 50 still riled up. They're not really dispersing, and with the fighting still going at the front, they're a little heated, but I wouldn't say it's that crazy. A couple individuals, a couple female, and a few individuals come over and start wishing to help aid you with Beatrix, as she seems to be noticed. They come over. She kind of sits up after a moment now that you've been there a couple seconds.
I will stand. Listen, everybody. I appreciate your concern, but violence was not the answer.
See a couple people in the back with like bats and stuff. There's like,
those guards are corrupt. You are 100% correct. They are products of a regime, though. The regime is corrupt. The regime is what needs change. The regime is what we need to do something about. Those were two schmucks.
The what?
Two no-name fucking schmucks. The only person I know who's even talking about this change is lying in a puddle of her own blood. Here in the next couple weeks, there's going to be a vote. Are you going to vote for the same old people? The same old regime? Are you going to talk? Are you going to listen? Are you going to actually vote for somebody willing to change?
you hear people kind of clamoring around, and an
I
older
yell from
man.
the rooftop, but they also control the elections.
You wait a minute, and an old man's like, "Yeah." You see,
Not helpful.
you see as this kind of happens, they see that she's being aided to.
And the news.
You take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd does start to disperse. A few more hex guards start showing up, and it seems as if the hex guard from the library. It seems as if they're keeping some of the guards out. It's kind of calmed down a little bit, not to the point where they're killing each other. But as this is happening in some of the crowds, and it's getting later and things are shifting, as this all takes close to about 45 minutes, whole course of action and breaking everything up and then talking and watching all. You on the top side, give me a perception check, because you can see on the other side of the city, the opposite side of the street of what's happening that they don't see.
10.
And you see a group of individuals that are maybe out of place a little. About 6 of them. Never seen them in Alberzine. You've been here, you've been around Percy's shop. These are very kind of ornate people sticking out and almost like not from the band almost. Seems as if they kind of catch like very small glimpses of this like dialect from their common as they're speaking, and then you notice that it's thieves' cant, or maybe an altered version of it. You don't necessarily understand it right away. You hear them. Do you?
Yeah. I'm a rogue.
Oh, well then you literally hear
yeah.
them, and you hear them about, I'd say about 60, 70 feet below you. They're kind of getting ready in a caravan. And as you do so, give me an investigation check, or no, give me a perception check, and I'll allow this at advantage because you speak thieves' cant. Now, do you want to get closer, or do you just want to partially hear in on the conversation from how far?
Is my thing. Can I get closer?
You can. It'll require a stealth check, though.
Okay. Here's my stealth check.
Okay, so you're going amongst the tops of these buildings while this is going on.
20.
You guys want to do anything while he's doing this?
As soon as the crowd like starts to disperse, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can just pick up Beatrix.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Fuckness and be like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
As you do so, you do, and you see a bodyguard or something as now the crowd is dispersed, and he's on his knees, clearing the back of the wall. You see him slouched over with a huge blade in his stomach. And it seems as if he's been bleeding out for quite some time. And no one's noticed this. And now that the crowd is dispersed, you see a body sitting there. And as you pick her up, you hear a woman, "You need to be careful. and you start taking her off, and no one seems to really stop you right away because it seems as if whoever was her bodyguard has been taken care of.
Yeah.
She kind of points off. Hey, Drex. He was a good man. And you immediately start ushering down the street, taking towards the L and where you saw.
Very, like, vigilant. Making
Okay.
Sure.
Now, are you guys heading
that-
towards the alleyway or keep it on the main street? Because you guys last saw him go into the alleyway, and you know he's on the rooftop. So would you guys head towards the main street or kick it down an alleyway? I'm gonna buy another one.
Where the fuck could we go in this city? Where's the closest, like, inn or tavern?
The Ruby Inn.
How far away would that be?
Maybe 2-3 blocks.
I'm gonna start heading that direction.
Okay, so you guys, that would be, to the right, down, and then on the left corner.
I just want
So,
to make sure we're not getting followed.
oh,
Or if I
okay.
can see like that young.
So you guys go to make the turn, and as you do so, you look behind. You don't see anybody but some of these guards just fighting at the front. You take a quick peek at the rooftops. Nothing.
Okay, what am I
You,
doing?
as you sit up top, you sit, and as you get closer, what was your stealth?
20 and 20.
2020. Oh yeah, you're good. You get about 35 feet to almost the top of this building where they're not expecting it. Under just quiet breaths, you hear, "Yeah, there's things we got to just take care of, man. We've been paid. We're here, and we just need to be quick about it. We just need to be quick about it. If we're not quick about it, I don't know if we're gonna get paid. We know what we believe in, and we know what we've been sent to do. We don't start here, though. This is way too big of a city. We got about 3, maybe 4 weeks, then we got to be done.
What do these guys look like?
Most of them human, maybe half elven, a few. A dwarf is maybe 6, 7 total. You notice that there's a caravan, and as you're kind of sitting here for about 5-10 minutes, 1 or 2 trickle in from the street. It seems almost like they wait a few minutes and then go walking on as another one kind of joins back in, like they're passing information in between. You wait a few moments and you keep hearing, "It's time. We're gonna hit some of the smaller towns. Start there. We'll gain in numbers. The red one will prevail."
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna take this grenade I have.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to unpin it. I'm just gonna drop it on the caravan, and I'm just gonna fucking leap and just book it in peace.
All right, just give me a ranged attack without proficiency.
That 20.
That's 20.
Jesus.
Nice. All right, so
It
you
goes
you-
right
yeah.
between the gaps in the canvas.
You take a few seconds, you wait, you watch an individual
It was
walk
like-
away, and perfectly time it to where, as you drop it, it's almost like when the footstep starts and something is dropped, it's dropped perfectly. Something is bagged, almost hits the ground, and the sound of it hitting the caravan is muffled by it. You wait a few moments, you hear, "Yeah, I think that," and then this eruption of about 30 to 40 feet just erupts in the middle of the side streetway. You see the building below you just slightly kind of, you feel the impact. You look down, and let me roll. Okay. You see 5 of the 7 are literally laying prone, bleeding out. You hear 2 of them, what the? You see through all the smoke and debris, it's thick and barely starting to subside. There's very little wind here in the city. You notice that people in and around are almost shell-shocked. You even yourself kind of, even though you got on the other side, you felt it. You got on the other side.
Yeah, there was something in the caravan as they're telling me.
Yep,
That
you literally
exploded
go
more.
down and you notice that as you're looking, there's little parts of shrapnel everywhere. And as you look, you see that there's some sort of black encased chest that did not explode. You see the caravan is kind of on fire, but you see whatever in
How
this.
big is this chest?
Like maybe 8 to 9 feet in width and like 3 to 4 feet in height.
Big.
Huge.
Fucking
It's taking up
big.
most of the caravan. And as you look down at it, you see that it has not been touched by this. And as you look at it, it almost gives the first thought of conflux. You look around, you see just things on fire. There was definitely some sort of explosives. You see inside that not even all of them have gone off. Things are still on fire, though. What are you doing? The rest of you, you guys here at this point, while you've made the bend around after he's done this, you've almost made it to the Ruby Record, where you hear to the east, like southeast of you, this about a block off.
Oh god.
And
I
you
hope
turn
that wasn't our
around
encounter
and you
partner.
immediately know something's up. What are you guys doing? Are you making it towards that sound? Okay,
Fuck
so
that.
you
I'm
chill.
straight. We're
Okay,
going.
so they're
Stay on course.
stay on course. So
Fuck
Ruby
that.
Record. You now, what are you doing?
I'm using my psychic leap and I'm fucking flying to where these guys went.
Okay, you're just going?
Yeah, stealthily, of course. But I'm just like rooftop running.
You can't go full rooftop to the Ruby Record. You're gonna have to pass over. You're gonna either have to fly in front of plain view or
Nobody looks up, dog.
okay.
Unless
Okay.
You're gonna have to.
I mean, I'm gonna roll. That's why I'm asking
Yeah.
because it's happening one way or another. So that it's just the DCs are different.
Yeah.
Okay, so you very quickly as this is happening, you
Wait a
see
minute, that's a
commotions.
bad idea. I'm gonna
No,
go.
doesn't matter.
I'm gonna,
You already
no,
said
I already
it.
said
No.
it. I already said it.
Yeah.
You're going. And that one did. You literally go through and you see a bunch of individuals just running around to whatever the explosion was. Oh, you hear that? There's more shit going on over there. And they start running around, and then you see maybe like 12 kids kind of, running back. Maybe one just looks up, sees a glimpse of something, and then you're on the ground. About 10 feet from any sign of building or anything in the middle of the street. You don't know where they are. What are you doing? In the middle of the street, you see people just running, motion different direction. Give me an intelligence check to see if you know where you're at in the city. Because you were a guard, you've been around some of the main cities, so you maybe don't know exactly where they're at.
19.
But 19, okay. You know that you're in one of the actual, close to the Skullborough district. Give me a survival check.
13.
You'd be able to find almost anything in Alberzine within 10 to 20. You've been here. You recall it pretty well. It's been a couple years, but you recall it pretty well. So
I'm just gonna meander in the last direction I saw them go off to before I decided to drop a nade on people.
all right, so you start backtracking, and as you do so, that corner junction actually hits with you going back if you were to just walk on the streets at the Ruby Record. Now, are you guys inside at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're inside. You go walking on by and you double take back, nothing. You double take back, you start asking.
For a green.
Persuasion check. A green man named Onyx. That's a dragonborn. Yeah. And who's the other one? Arbor. Hey, you remembered that one. All right.
15.
15, easy enough. You run to a couple other individuals. Oh yeah, the bright green one. He went to the Ruby Record about half block over that way. You tail your way over and you finally meet back up with your party, and you realize as you're sitting there that the bar's pretty packed. People keep coming in, and as you guys finally get a seat, you meet back up with them. You guys have been brought no drinks yet. Haven't been helped.
An inn?
Ruby Record, yes, it's
I
tavern
it's
and an
busy,
inn.
I'm gonna be
It's
like,
I
I don't
wouldn't
like-
even care about the fucking bar. I'm looking for a room.
yeah, it's tavern and inn. Yep,
Yeah, I would. Whoever's
yep. Dwarf,
Whatever host
dwarf
is
comes
here.
in. Yep, she just comes up.
looking for a room. I only need probably an hour.
Just an hour.
Somewhere private. Yep.
You just not gonna ask any questions.
I
That'll
appreciate that.
that'll be 2 silver.
That's fine.
Just for
I'll
the
flip
each
her
of
a
you.
fucking gold.
Okay, so you flip her a gold. I won't even ask for your names. Good. She goes on and just marks down the room. You come in, you ask for the same, and you know what room after your investigation intelligence. She doesn't necessarily tell you right away, but after a few kind of back and forth. She implies where they're located.
Okay.
You find their room.
2 men getting a room.
Yeah, 2 men.
And a dwarf comes in. Oh God!
What a party!
In a panic.
So yes, you guys are in the Ruby in together.
Awesome.
What are you doing?
In a room.
Okay, guys, you
I
hear an
will-
explosion, by the way? I'm Magnus, and I'm now trying to inform you what that was about.
Okay, you can do that. That's cool. I will. What's it's not great. I'm just gonna use Aura Vitality again.
All right. At that point, you hear.
And I'm just yeah. She gets everything.
Yep. She's good. You give her a few seconds. She sits up. You put her on the bed. So, who are you?
We're friends. The name's Orm.
You for helping me.
You're welcome. Heard a lot about you.
Not gonna do anything to me, are you?
If we wanted to hurt you, we would have let the halflings do the job.
He gives you an eye. Making sure there's 3 of you and 1 of me in a hotel room.
I will tell you right now that if either of these fuckfaces try and touch you, I will destroy them with impunity.
That puts her at ease a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
One.
I'm just gonna look over and be like,
Problem one. Problem one. If we were all to fight, then we're all to fight. Fuck this would own us.
That's 100% true, but she does not know that.
Fuck, this might not even know that. So she sits there. You see her at ease a little bit. She just glances. Then how can I help you all?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Well, you brought me here, and clearly somebody's out to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah? Where do I want to begin? We're associates of your sister.
Is this room safe?
I don't fucking know.
Holy...
Well, people tried to kill
We
you
gotta
in the
make
street.
this quick, then.
Yeah.
People tried to kill you in the street. We had someone working for the Red Ones speaking in code, also smuggling a bunch of conflux and talks of recruiting people outside the city to take over for the Red One. So I blew that up.
That's cool. Wait, what?
that was you.
That was
me.
I was scared. That's what you.
I didn't even have a good name.
You blew it up?
It was a little teenage.
Were you teen?
How
No.
How did you just blow it up? You dropped a explosion in the middle of town?
Yes.
What is it with you and bombing towns?
She looks
I
at you.
don't bomb innocent people.
Okay, all right.
I bomb things like vampires
So,
and
What
terrorists.
is your... I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding.
I'm the terrorist of terrorists.
What are you all going to really do about helping me in this situation? You've brought me here, you've helped me, I thank you for that.
Yeah.
But you've put yourself in great danger, and now you've brought even more attention to that group. My sister, she crossed paths a long time, meeting individuals that were offered tons of money to do certain things, and we heard that she turned it down, but we know that other groups picked it up. When I started running for a political, weight in Alberzine, I realized that there were many parties that were corrupt. They were easily turned with coin.
Yup.
And knowing over the last few months, if I were to win the election, I was going to oust them from Alberzine and maybe all of Hexwell.
Okay, hey Jake, I have this evidence journal of bad things the Red Council's ever done, and that's just this big binder, just like right here. You see this huge book? Can you use your magic-y things to give this a copy to this elected official that has authority and voice publicly, that isn't some crazy alcoholic dwarf that nobody will listen to?
Are you sure that no one saw you? Because if someone saw you from that group, they're going to track you down and kill you immediately.
Joke's on you. I don't even have red hair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
he's
yeah,
in
you're
disguise.
disguised, yeah. Well, that
I can
is
try.
going to work out in your
Try.
benefit. because
And I usually wear tinfoil hats. So I don't look like I usually do.
well, that puts me at ease.
I don't
Hopefully,
even think he's green.
You know he's
don't
not
think?
green. you
I'm
don't
trying
think-
not to sell that he's disguised. Jesus. God damn.
He's just trying to be proud.
I mean, look at him. It looks natural.
it is natural.
He's not even made of wood.
So you can see she starts to look a little uneasy. What are we going to do here? I want to go. If I'm just going to stay
Seriously,
here.
though, can you copy this proof for this person? That
I said I would try.
The name's Orem. I don't know if I ever introduced myself.
Beatrix.
You did.
Yeah, we know. We've heard a lot about you. We have a lot of friends. Some of them are probably in common. We're associates, like I said, of your sister, Dennis Dean. Not sure if you're familiar with him.
Yeah, I know him. He alive still?
He is. Yeah.
As far as we're concerned.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. We are a group of interests of individuals with aligned interests. Ousting a corrupt government. Sounds like a plan. We're not faces. We're not good with people. We fuck up. But we're real good at the whole muscle part of, fighting corrupt governments.
And also finding out things we probably shouldn't.
Yeah, so
randomly.
why were you at the
Actually, I have a
library
copy. I
area?
actually have copies of this. Just take this binder.
She just kind of pushes it
Merry
away.
Christmas.
Why were you at the library?
We were investigating.
Were you investigating me?
No, we were investigating the library. You just happened to be there. I mean, it's a good thing we were there.
Let's just say maybe I was investigating the library.
Yeah, what a cleaning. It seems Leodore is also investigating the library, which is worrisome.
You know why?
No, enlighten.
A certain individual named Roba.
I'm familiar.
When the elemental storm was supposedly slain, a memory
Yeah, we did that.
was brought back to Roba. Man who
Oh.
cries in part of the town speaks of these supposed conspiracies. Well, supposedly touched on a very sore spot in one of his speaks the other day. Something of answers being beneath the library, that's why it was built a long time ago. A long time ago. And at first, people thought he was crazy, but hours later, Leodore seemed to become very agitated. We didn't know why. We just knew that he was trying to shut down the library so that he could have a private viewing for himself. As soon as I caught wind at that, I tried to come down here, but there had already been some large commotion and evacuation taking place. Something's happening inside that library.
Yes.
That means there's no core.
Probably is.
That's good.
He's looking for something interesting. Do you have any idea why the library guards would have attempted to block him?
Can I trust you?
I mean, we saved your life.
May not be enough in this circumstance.
I mean, I just told you I bombed a caravan in the middle of the city.
And I've still been double-crossed knowing that made it this far and I've pushed through all of this diplomatic and political pressure. I need to know, are we truly working on the same side?
I mean, let me look at my ledger of close associates that these guys
Oh, and
get.
let me look at I've almost died. You
These
picked my
guys-
body up.
These
this
guys
is-
are close associates to your sister
And-
and a guy named
and I
Greenwich.
think
Close.
that,
Close.
They know you.
and I think
Close
that
is strong.
that is
that
not
right?
what I'm saying. I'm wanting you to just understand that if I tell you this, you'll most likely feel the urge to go in there. And I'm not saying that maybe that's your path.
I'm already feeling that urge to go in there anyway. I'm being completely honest. Without any.
So I can trust you
Yes.
with your life, with the knowledge I can tell you with this.
Yes.
Give me a persuasion check.
What am I talking?
Exactly. Why are you talking?
You're being tense.
She looks at you. You did save my life. Give you some of the information.
Makes you feel any better. I killed the guy who stabbed you.
Thank you. Beneath the ancient library, supposedly lies the answers to what happened during the calamity and after. It was supposedly created as a safe haven of knowledge for the Dereverents. It was made without knowledge of any Relanoff Draconius or any other members. It was stored away in case they were double-crossed in any manner. It seemed as if they were already under the suspicion that Relanoff was seeking some sort of power. This ancient library was built on top of it as a means of hiding it a long time ago. Staff that work there are not staff. They are part of a hidden group, some secret society that keep the secrets safe. That is why I assume Leodor was not supposed to go in there. They let him in, he overpowered them, but I'm assuming they're trying to do everything they can to make sure that he does not make it into that basement, as it is the whole reason why they exist. That is my belief. That is what Rober said. He believed in part of his lost memories that came back to him. Take what you want to be true, but whatever is underneath the library would spell out exactly what happened and how we possibly even fix everything that's happened. Call me crazy, but I was ready to walk in there and risk everything I had to try and find how to get to it. She kind of pauses for a moment. I've told you everything I know.
What if we told you we possibly found a way in?
Her eye kind of looks at you.
So,
I'm interested.
it's more accurate to say we found a door that none of us could open. Mostly because we're kind of dumb.
Well, it's not that none of us could open it. We didn't really have time to actually investigate it. We just kind of found that there was a door. We knew there was a door there.
Yeah, couldn't figure that one
There
out.
was some sort of never-ending drawer. Weird.
Kind of squints her eyes.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Not that magically inclined, but we might be able to get in there and have some time with it. We can figure it out. But if we do...
In honesty, I'm more interested in killing the guy.
Leodor?
And
As soon as you say killing Leodor, her eyes just kind of turn. That's a few steps in a far direction.
okay, let me just paint this. So the last Red Council member, everyone.
She immediately turns and starts looking out the window. We need to not be here much longer.
Yeah,
People saw me come in here with you, and if anybody's still out to get me, he could be waiting outside that door.
that's why we'll go out the window.
I love it.
He's not wrong.
We can.
Like, they didn't give us a key we need to turn in. We just leave.
We could give you a possible safe escort
Oh yeah, and we could also do that.
to somewhere safe
Yeah, if there's anywhere...
when we leave this place.
But the thing though is, like, the reason I want to fight this guy here is he transforms into a dragon. Everything we say is legitimate in public now.
If we fight him, it's gonna be in the library where there's no witnesses.
The library's huge.
Library's
The
huge.
library's
Might
huge.
have a big basement. Might be a big old base.
I almost want him to successfully flee so there's a dragon inside it.
She just looks. With haste, we must make decisions, and what?
Do you have somewhere you would rather be?
Yeah. Figure out how to get to that library, or need to get with be my political counsel, and I need another assistant for guard, and then go from there. That's the next thing. Live, well, didn't slow me down too much, but now Leodore and the Red Council, if he does find whatever's in there, we'll have whatever information lies there.
How about we take you to Inventus to hang out while we go investigate the ancient library? Unless you're confident of surviving in
I'm staying
combat
here.
and-
Doesn't matter whether I go or not. If combat arises, I'll hide or maybe flee. That is not my strong suit, but I'm not going to back down at this point. Been in the running to get into this election phase for more than 2 years. I'm this far in. I know what I got myself into.
If you're going to the library, I would like to go with you.
Yeah, man, damn it.
If you would rather retreat and put a pin in that, that's fine as well. I am interested in keeping you safe because I believe you are an incredibly useful tool in the in a new Hexwell I want to see.
And let me go back to my estate and you go instead of me. I'll give you, what, 5,000 gold? Tell me whatever knowledge you find there.
You know,
Okay. We get that in writing?
I'll
Political
take her word.
intrigue, I need to know. If it's something that could
Actually,
harm...
don't get it in writing.
If it's something that could harm the citizens of Hexwell, we need to know what lies underneath it. And if something that could help them, we need to know that as well. I'm willing to pay for that. Most of what I have left, it's any of the left of the campaign money that I have. But I'm willing to fork that over in finding what lies. There's 4 weeks left in the stretch of this campaign before all the elections start. If something lies in there that could easily sway or possibly save us from this, we need to know.
I checked my watch that I just made up that I don't have.
No.
What time is it?
It's about 8:30, almost 9 at this point. You guys are reaching close to your almost hour of staying in this room speaking.
How long until we need to be...
22, 21 hours. You guys have bridged the under 20 hours, or 24 hours now.
Thank God we can
Thought it
teleport
was-
directly to where the machine is.
I thought it was 11.
Is that safe?
I thought it was 11. 11 p.m.
It was 7:30ish when you guys
No,
left
no,
the
no.
other.
I thought that they were traveling tomorrow night at like 11 p.m. What I thought.
Right, but I mean, if you want to be there right when they're supposed to leave, that's right on. But you know, you guys were like maybe an hour or two before, so.
Okay, this is the plan. The decision.
But yeah, it's like 24 hours from when it's
I need
supposed
you
to
make
be
that your
happening.
message, please. I need you to call Grindish's girlfriend and tell her to meet us at Adventus with their airship. We're going to the ancient library, and directly after the ancient library, we're going to Adventus, getting in the airship, and going to murder another Red Council member. We're gonna get both of them. We're gonna kill 2 council members.
Hold on.
Hopefully
Say
we
that-
can get it.
Wait, so you wanna do whatever is going on tomorrow and then go to the library?
No,
No.
we're going to the library right now.
Okay.
I honestly, since Leodore's in there and he wants something, I want something. I want whatever he wants, or at the very least, I want to prevent him. From
I have
Yeah, I think we're. Going
I also want his head on a actual
3 charges.
That'd be a bonus. Yeah, I like that as well.
Yesterday, yesterday in game, I rolled. I had 4. We used 1 to get here. I have 3 charges.
Yeah.
We could potentially teleport her closer to where she needs to go.
Yeah.
Teleport straight into the library, and then we have 1 more to get home.
You said teleport straight to the library? What did you say?
Like we can escort her.
Yeah.
Or if we need,
Yeah.
if I know where she lives or close to where she lives, I can just teleport us there right
Yeah,
now.
we can just take her to her
Yeah,
seat.
yeah. Let's teleport her right now.
And then we can teleport straight into the library, right where we were
Can we
next to the.
can we pass without a trace before landing
I
on the teleport?
I don't know if it'd do anything.
Would that benefit? Like, would that actually do anything?
I mean, it would hide that you guys were in this hotel room.
No, I'm talking. It doesn't matter. I'm talking when we teleport into the library.
Teleporting away from here is
Yeah.
a good idea, though.
When you teleport in, it will, unless the person who
Gotcha.
used it.
Fucking jewelers around in this town.
I've been to the districts.
The one person that was Gildor who
Yeah.
used it.
What are we doing? You taking me to my estate and then
Where is your state?
Noblesboro, maybe 5 minutes from here. Not far.
Have I been there?
You walked by it. You get her to like the front gate of it.
Should we just escort her, or should we just?
Oh, I actually.
How much longer do we have left in this room?
Maybe about 15, 10
Yeah,
minutes.
no fucking idea. Okay, so I break out my disguise kit. My makeup set.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I was actually gonna remove my disguise.
It's gonna be changed. So it's gonna be.
So are we walking? Is that what you're trying to do here?
Okay, so Jake is now purple.
Ooh.
That's a 23.
Okay.
Purple dragon?
All right, so you look like Barney.
Okay.
I keep my neon green stomach.
The belly, yeah, you leave it, yes.
I make Bryant look like birchwood, so it's like white.
Okay. You patched it over, all right. It looks like it's peeling off like, dried wallpaper.
Yeah, that was a bad one. So it's 13, so it looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
But he looks different.
You're ripping off parts of the interior of the room you're in and just
And I dye my
flying
hair.
it onto him.
And I dye my hair. I'm thinking of a color.
where are you getting this dye?
In my disguise kit.
Okay.
Why don't you drive her?
I'll say after this you need to re-up on some dyes and shit.
Okay. I don't know what color my hair is. It's blonde. I'm a blonde purple dwarf.
Okay.
Fits.
All right. So you
Why don't you
take
disguise her?
about 5.
Because these, unless like I take these off, these don't get off. These are permanent.
That's about
It's
the
permanent
remainder of
dye.
your time. So as you guys are doing this, she's kind of, explaining to you, where she lives, if there's anything else going on, and you guys fit out yourselves. Ready to teleport?
Walking or teleporting?
Okay, so you guys gather up. She explains, you walk by.
Close to her estate as
Close to
well?
her. You actually go about 100 feet inside of the front gate, because that's as far as you've been able to see. So you get her, as you guys, land in, she turns. All right, everything looks okay. Looks around, and then you see where her estate is, that there is most likely, I'd say maybe 200 feet from where you see her start walking. She looks around. You see an individual from her estate start walking out and running to her. We heard that the guards went down and something happened, and she immediately recognizes, and she turns and she waves. I'll be okay. It seems to be safe. She goes and she walks back into her manor. You guys turn around, gather back up. You're going into the library now, right? Is there anything you want to do before you do that?
If this is like a. Are there any jewelry shops nearby?
This area, maybe.
I'm gonna pee.
You want to take a break right now?
Okay.
All right, let's take a break right now sinbecause we're probably gonna get into it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Oh, I can use that.
All right, so we'll be back.
It was like.
You're good. All right, so at this point, are you guys now, when you teleport, are you guys gonna go right back to like the table area, or to where you initially walked in, or do you guys have an actual location that you want to
Table area
specify?
might be best because he might not have reached the table area yet.
It's been about an hour, so it's probably reached the table.
Now you know that there were 3 chambers in total. That's kind of where you guys were separated out to. You know that the table was in the 3rd chamber.
You don't think they could? Because they almost resorted to violence out front.
Yeah.
So you don't think they could be fighting this whole time?
Awesome. I don't know. It's a. I think outside is the safer option, but getting inside would then be a difficult challenge we'd have to overcome. And if there's a chance of fighting a Red Council member, I would kind of want to conserve as much weapons as I got. And so it might be more risky to go straight to the table. But I think it would also help.
I mean,
No,
we
there's three.
could-
There's 3 ways us going directly to the table works. He's either not there yet, still confronting the guards, and no one's at the table
Yeah.
because they're busy confronting him.
Yeah.
He's killed all of his opposition, and he's already passed,
The table.
and we'll just be following him.
Yes. That's
Or he's directly there. I don't see a negative about any 3 of those real options.
very good point. I'm sold.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I mean, if we really wanted to, we could teleport onto the 2nd story.
Oh, that overlooks
The overlooking.
that chamber. Oh,
Because we were being watched the whole time we were standing in there,
yeah.
and nobody's probably on the 2nd floor. So if we want to try to be a little inconspicuous.
Yeah. I just don't.
But do we have the time to be conspicuous?
That's
And are we really looking to sneak around, or are we going right for the throat?
Yeah.
Because the faster we kill the guy, the faster we can see what's under the library.
Do
I think right to the table, or at the very least, that floor is fine.
Then we should use Pass Without a Trace, and I'll just hold my enlarge, so I can enlarge you, and then you giant, and then we could just kaiju stomp some nerd in the library.
Why would we do without a trace? Why does that matter?
It would essentially mask the teleport in, so we would be immune.
Oh, so it would?
Apparently. I don't know how that interaction works. I've never teleported while a trance.
Does it like make a noise?
I think so.
Pass Without a Trace. I don't
the
think
teleporting.
I mean,
I don't know.
I would assume that it would leave
Well,
maybe
does
a
that- does that
trace
tele-
of magic
how
or
does our-
arcane when
How
you
does our
teleport.
teleportation work? Is it like Star Trek teleportation, where we kind of like just like beam up a little bit
No, you
with
just
magic, or is it
teleport.
like a doorway we all walk through?
I'm imagining the movie Jumper.
That's another one.
I love
Right.
it.
That's kind of what I do. Is that you're literally just. I mean, either way, you're just getting sucked through from somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, so that I'm assuming would leave an arcane trail.
Yeah.
So even if you can't see it, there's a presence there. So I would assume that. I mean, if it says any magical presence, I mean, I'm pretty sure Pass Without a Trace is just footsteps, right, and sound. It has nothing to do with arcane. Right, so it wouldn't hide anything that's arcane based like that, I would assume.
I have to read these spells.
Yeah, so I mean, unless it has anything that hides arcane, I would say no.
Yeah, but that's not. We're not trying to hide the fact that
Right,
somebody teleported in.
it would be the
We're
sounds.
trying to hide.
Yeah.
Right, so when you got
teleporting.
in, you were already there.
Yeah.
So as long as whoever casts it isn't casting another concentration,
Yeah.
you're good. So whoever casts Pass Without a Trace, don't cast another concentration, and it's going to be up for what? A minute? Or an hour?
I think it's an hour.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an hour. So
Yeah,
as long as you
no,
don't
yeah.
cast another concentration, you guys are good.
Yeah.
Fuck, and I don't think teleporting is concentration.
Teleport? No. And even then, it would be him doing it. So, yeah. We can't be tracked. except by magical means.
Yep. All right, so
And we're going in, so I don't. Okay. So, pass without a trace. Immediately to the table or to the upper floor? And then we just jump down if necessary.
30, like
If we're not at the door, we could be losing valuable time.
I was gonna
Either
say,
ahead of the guy or
Orlando.
immediately following him.
Orlando would have laughed at you guys for discoursing over and over.
Yeah.
So
I
make
was
the
thinking
choice.
30 feet, like 30 feet from the table toward like
Towards the other
corner,
end.
toward, like the corner, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
I like
corner
that.
or down one of the
Who cares?
shelves.
Yeah. Put it somewhere.
In the same room as the table, so he's
On top of the table. At the right
Okay, so
Yeah.
you'll go into the third chamber. Okay.
All right.
You guys will be next to the table or just in the chamber? Somewhere about 50 or
I
so
think,
feet
like
away.
he said at the end of the chamber, so the table's like.
So you
here,
got so
and we're like-
just visualize this chamber. You have a doorway.
Yep.
It goes and then it opens up to a wider chamber that then ends. That's one chamber.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So where the table is.
Table is towards like the back center. There's not a
Okay.
ton of tables. There's like maybe 5 or 6 tables entirely. This one that you guys know is like the very last table in this chamber.
So like
Closest one to the wall.
the one that we knew, the one that we saw wherever the drawer was, like 50 feet to the left of it.
Okay. So
In the corner. But we can, when we come in, we have sight
Side of it.
the table.
got you. So same level, same plane. You're good. You guys take a second. You gather yourselves and your thoughts.
I offer everybody a shot.
And while you say, hey, does anybody...
Yeah.
You're literally brought into...
Trace.
And as you do so, you're brought into this library. Take a minute. All the lights have been extinguished. You see that there is a very small flame that seems to be lit, but on the ground. In this complete darkness, now it being 11:30. Take a minute. Give me a perception check as you guys all immediately land and you hear nothing.
16.
That's not
I'm just happy it wasn't 10.
26.
26. Both of you. You guys have dark vision?
Yes.
You see
All of us do.
bodies. About 12 or 13. Drag marks through, talon marks, any burn. As you see these bodies, where the table was, you see that it has been thrown across the room against one of the walls where many books has been shattered. Where the stones were emitting this bright light, there are no more stones. There's no more gravel. There is no light. You just see a dark hole that leads downward. That is about 4 feet in width and about 3 in height. Well, I'd say 3 in width, and then the longest way would be about 4 foot. As you guys kind of just peer off, darkness kind of swallows it. You look around, you see a couple more tables, but just off of a few of the dead bodies that have flames and embers that are emitting a few of the backdrops. Any here.
Real quick, above table. The people we met in here before,
Mm-hmm.
where did they go?
They
just-
left
they just
during the
dispersed?
evacuation and they ran, yes.
Okay.
They told you to meet back with them, hopefully within the next day or two if you could.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Super help.
This wasn't on my bingo card. All right, we should be moving. All right, let's fucking stealth into this hole.
All right, stealth
Can
checks.
I,
Does that sound right?
So
real quick, just kind of. I'm gonna use one of my sheets for this, or if anybody else has a spell, some kind of like tracking, like motion. If somebody else comes in behind us,
You want an alarm.
some alarm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that ability. But yeah.
Can I write alarm on a piece of paper and.
Yep. Okay, so
See
you
if
go
anybody
through, and as
tries
you
to
just do
follow
that,
us.
you create a scroll of alarm. So you literally just created a scroll of alarm spell. So as you do so, you can put it on an area. I think it's 10 feet. So in
Just
your
put it in the
area,
door.
I was about to say you could put it at the door. So do you put it at the entry door or the doorway you're about to go?
So like
Like this
after
hole in the
we
ground?
go in, like right inside the doorway.
Okay. So you guys are approaching, correct?
Yeah.
As you guys do so, you get closer. It's like you assumed, burned bodies, and you notice that this hole has been broken. That the largeness of it as you get closer has been broken open by something larger. And as you get there, you see that the rock and things are crumbling. That whatever has maybe bridged through this, as you look down, you see a stairwell that declines. And it opens much wider. As you see it, you see that there are broken pieces. You see a little parts of bloodied scale that seems to have been flecked off. And you notice that there is a little bit of blood. As you guys start, are you descending? In what order?
Would I be able? I mean, it's probably an investigation check, but would I be able to see if it's like draconic blood? 13.
It is not draconic.
Interesting.
What can you notice that this is most likely human blood? You see that as you look closer, mirrored along the walls, it looks as if a body has been pushed up against it and then drug. It's skin and other fragments of bone or something that has been drug along the sides of the stairway. And as you look, the stairway in height now, as this bottomless goes down, you guys probably drop 30 feet below ground, and there is no ceiling. It just spirals down. And as you look around, you are in a gigantic black, just sphere room. You see one doorway that leads into another chamber. You see that it is opened. You see a low light that is emitting inside of it that is red. You see blood that is dragged, just like you saw from the body, all the way to that doorway.
The body was drug all the way to the doorway,
Seems that way. You see a blood trail leading all the way down.
and the body is still there.
You see parts of it, fragment. You see a couple fingers, part of a hand. You know that it was a human body,
Yeah.
but you don't see all of it. You'll see part of it's being drugged through.
Briefly, the kind of like the.
Hey, what was everybody's stealth checks?
We haven't done
We need those.
it yet. Fuck. And it's plus 10 on whatever you guys.
Yeah, with pass without a trace.
31.
21.
Really?
Yeah, I'm disadvantaged.
Yeah. I am also 31.
So very stealthy as a group. You guys tiptoe it down.
Yes. As we walk by, seeing that like the body was drug all the way over there, I'm gonna think back to Newall and the guards that had like the fucking necklaces, like badges,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna glance at any of the fucking corpses around and see if there's anything similar in vein.
You look around. A lot of the bodies here, you can just tell from what you saw up above as you were bringing down, seem to just be normal bodies. You don't see any symbolism. It seems to just be normal staff attire. Many of them just robed in whatever robes or just like a black and purple. Aside from that, you don't see anything. You don't see any symbolism, anything. Make your way down. You look at the one part of the body that you see, the fragmented, no rings. Be any symbology on any of the staff members here. Tried to defend this place.
Okay. Well, he's already opened up the hole
So
for
I
us.
was hoping for a radio that was like getting distressed, like they were getting slaughtered. Just like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like it's a horror movie.
Wilhelm scream through it.
Yeah.
So,
I think we can just move on.
okay, so as you guys move on, give me either investigation or perception as you guys enter this doorway that is about 15 feet in width and about 20 feet in height. And as you see it, you see that once again, part of it has been almost cracked and part of the doorway has been almost shattered through.
32 investigation.
You immediately hear... You hear breathing. very heavily. So you get a little bit closer with the rest of your rolls.
22.
18.
You pick up, you do not. Both of you. Yeah, you, okay, you relay. You go through and you hear, "Don't do what you did to him to me, please." You hear, sounds like bones crunch. Do you get closer to go around the doorway? Or do you stay back just here? What do you do?
Maybe fuck this. Go around the door first.
You hear,
Go get him, dog.
you wait a moment.
I want visual. Yeah, I will approach the door.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna willy-nilly.
With your stealth checks, you guys almost like triple heads, boom, 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 right above the,
Stack up.
yeah, stack up
Sieges.
right around. You see large dragon, that in shape, already have changed. You see that there's a few spears that have been lurched into its back, but you see it holding in its left hand crushed body that has been just drug and dismembered. No legs, no arms, no head left. Body and a torso, mostly bones. You see in its right hand a alive body. So legs from the like waist down being crushed, holding upside down. You see a walled, say, almost like an armored wall of books, and it is standing in front of like an altar before this large statue of what looks like almost the symbolism of like an angel or something. You take a moment and you look at it, you see it as it stands there. "Show me how I read it. The knowledge." The man, "I don't know. You have to be given the information or chosen. It's something. I'm not." You hear, "I want to know how to acquire this knowledge." You wait a minute and then you hear a "What is that?" You quickly turn. You guys, with your stealth, immediately go behind the wall. Lose visual for just a second. And then you hear the body release and hit the floor and start crying out in agony. Here. Footstep. And boom. 100 feet, 80 feet. You know that it's a narrow pathway. It can only come one way. You hear turns and you hear low guttural growl. "As I was saying, the knowledge that lies here. How do I access it? And I will spare your life, little one."
Why this is happening? I'm going to pull out another scroll while we're just against this wall. I'm gonna write a scroll of, I guess, scroll of water ball, water blast, blast toys.
Squirtle.
What?
Are you asking for like water sphere, the one that like traps him in a bubble of water?
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Because that's what I wanted to do, but I was
Yeah,
like,
that
I don't know if
exists.
that's even a thing.
that exists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want that.
All right, so you want to take a moment. All right, so this would be a little bit higher. So I need you to give me a
I'll look up the actual
profession
spell
or a
that you
proficient
need to make your tenement.
professions check, or did we do a It was performance plus proficiency. That's right.
Reinforced. Oh yeah, +7. That was right.
Wall of water, tidal wave, wall
So
of
wall of water is what I was thinking at first, but then I was like, well,
There's watery sphere.
I think that's it.
Watery sphere.
Oh. 16.
16.
How bad is that?
It takes a minute. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I have an inspiration. You can speak.
It's above table. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's all meta knowledge.
No, I'm asking. I
Yeah.
want to know what he rolled it, because that way I can give
16.
him a reroll. I didn't want to know what you were gonna say.
Right, but I'm
I'm
saying.
plus 7.
Okay, so that's okay. 16's fine.
Well, do you want to use it before I say this?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. He sits there. It'll just take him a little bit longer. You hear the movement, but you start writing it down. You'll be able to have it. Just it'll take you probably about a minute. So as you're writing this down, actually maybe 2 minutes, there's still in the background. I can't read any of this. How? You see it turn as the tail from around, you see the shadow from the only light emitting. You know that it has once turned around and changed its back to you. Do you guys peer around?
We do. Can I just shoot him?
Before we do that, there's some magic I want to do to prepare. I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement on Jade. Fuck this. So you get
Whoever
freedom.
you are.
You get Freedom of Movement blood.
Which is.
That's some good stuff. You ignore difficult terrain. You essentially can just auto escape from grapples and junk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Basically, things that impede movement, you're just like, peace.
Miss me with that.
What was that spell called again?
Watery Sphere. It's a 4th level spell.
Watery, like
Watery.
You have to be pretty close to use it too.
It's 90 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so as he's sitting here writing this, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Sure that I
Um,
know what the all
Yeah.
the stuff is.
at this point, you're good. Just let me know when you're gonna do it, because I'm gonna set myself on fire.
Okay, so I'm about to just shoot him like 4 times.
I mean, don't say you're about to. What are you doing? Are
Is
you
everybody
doing that?
ready? Is everybody ready?
Well, I mean, I'm still over here.
Are we waiting for this?
I mean, he'll have legendary resistances, so even if you have that, I don't know if it'll be useful.
It's just who knows.
We have to force him to use them.
Are we waiting? Yes or no?
How long until his scroll's done?
About a minute and a half.
Will he waste the page if he pauses?
I'm not gonna pause. I'm just gonna do it.
He's doing it.
You know,
so-
yeah, that's like 15 rounds in combat for you to finish that.
Then we should probably wait.
Are you waiting?
What's another minute and a half? This guy,
He can't read, so
and he's
gonna learn to
like
read in the next minute and a
150
half.
feet away.
He's just gonna brutally murder that,
All right, so you wait.
library keeper.
He turns.
Shucks.
Tell me. He comes back to the body, and you hear once more. It's slowly picking up. Are you guys watching or hiding?
I will not be watching. I'll
Right.
just be listening.
So you're listening.
Yeah.
So then you wouldn't really know. All you know is what you hear, and what you hear is, "All right, spare my life now. That ring. You use your ring. The gem you have, right? Yes. Just use the ring." And you just hear. The ring. I'll figure it out then. And you hear what sounds like scratching. Something or digging that starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
You guys still waiting? You got about a minute.
Well,
How big is this guy?
Let me tell you exactly. It is a large dragon.
only large? Bigger.
This
can make you huge.
This does not work on huge creatures.
What are you guys doing? You waiting?
Okay, I'm casting enlarge on fuck this, and you're gonna go kaiju battle this dragon right now.
Are you?
I want to keep working on it. I don't know if it'll actually work on it. Watery sphere.
But, like, you'll just evaporate the water.
You don't know.
Fire
Just
dragon
what are you
shit.
doing? Quit metagaming. What are you doing?
It's up to you. Fuck this.
Yeah,
You're
quit
the one
metaing
in.
it. What are you doing? You guys think way too much. What are you doing?
Do it. Do something.
I'm getting up. I'll quit. Because that's not even like something I thought was what it was anyway. So screw it.
All right, so you're about 3/4 of the way through. You see him stop what he's doing. Now what are you guys doing?
So
I'm gonna cast enlarge. I'm just gonna sit back, fuck this on the ass. He's get big. He's big boy now.
All right. You making him bigger?
Yeah.
You start breaking it through, so you guys start literally prepping. And as you do so, you turn. You guys hear just slowly, not bridging around the wall yet, but as you do so, you start preparing yourselves.
While you're enlarged, that means you do a D4 extra damage.
I'm gonna fire shield myself. What was?
So, on the ground. He's not flying. You guys are down here. Hearing just around the beginning here. So, as you guys enter, beginning, what were your initiatives?
14.
14.
14.
14.
Higher damage.
What'd you get, Orm?
6.
So, you guys all get one free action. So what are you guys doing? We'll go with Orem. You'll go last. So fuck this and Magnus. Starting it off. How are you guys beginning to do this?
So who's first?
Both of you. You act at the same time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just go.
Well, I'm just gonna do what I can always do because we're in stealth right now, correct? So
Yes.
it's time to break my stealth. Alright. 19. Because there's dice in there. 19 plus 6, 25.
19 plus 6.
I was
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Doing 19 plus 24 magical piercing damage.
So you rear back and you noose this arrow into it. 19 physical?
21.
Oh, 21, sorry.
21 magical piercing damage.
120 feet.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
For its ass.
Okay.
You only get one action or one attack?
Is it one? Is it one?
One action.
So I get
one
so I
free
get
action.
so I get another attack then.
That's what you get in an action.
Okay then.
Like what? This is not rocket science, guys.
I
We've been
missed.
playing for literally
I
3
missed.
years, and you're asking these
I
questions.
miss.
Yes. Okay. So you're at the same time. What do? You get one free action. You can move. You can do whatever here.
My bonus action will be to use Giant's Might, so I'm not getting any bigger because it makes me large. I'm already large. But I still get the benefits of that. I will dash 60 feet. Now, does that break me out of stealth or anything, or is it just...
Yeah, dashing. Yeah, you're gonna double move. Yeah, you're running.
Yeah, you're also big.
Yeah, you're.
You're loud as fuck.
He's gonna know we're here.
I also just shot him in the ass.
That's also
Okay. Now, is this These are walls, right? This is like...
These are just low columns, essentially, on the inside. This is a small doorway that lead into another chamber that is inside. These are walls.
Okay.
But you see that this is double doorway all the way open, all the way here. So, yes, this is a small little wallway, but it's only like, for you, this is like as tall as you are.
okay.
Like, you can just, this isn't a ceiling.
Yeah.
They just have it walled in with bookshelves. So you literally see over this. They, though, these are walls. though, you can pretty much go through them
Knock 'em over.
like drywall almost.
So yeah, I guess for my free action, I will dash once more.
What is your free action?
Dashing is the
Dashing
action.
is your free action.
Right.
So
Then I
that's
can
it.
use another action. I haven't used a different action.
Dashing is an action.
Right.
That is an action.
You don't get.
You don't get two, you get one.
You know what?
Oh.
Either dash
I attacked.
or do
I
something.
got to attack twice because if you attacked, you would get to attack twice too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
I
One-
was
one
thinking like a
action.
free action and then a regular action.
No,
is
you're
what I
good,
was
you're
thinking.
You're good.
Then, so I can see like just over these walls,
Yes.
or like
Yeah, you can see over everything.
then yeah, I'm gonna move 30 feet this way then. Go this way. Stand right here.
That's good.
Oh.
You have something.
40
You have something down. You'll be on this board.
It's I don't think so.
That's okay. That's okay. It's just poison.
It's
That's
a,
It's like wrapped between the
good.
thick cords.
Alright, so Orm, onto you.
yeah, I don't fucking know.
Time to figure it out. So you guys are just seeing the back of this.
So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right. 10, 20, 30.
60 is like here.
Ooh, okay. I don't want to be in the doorway though. Then yeah, I will I'm gonna just probably dash as well. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then I am going I'm just gonna take cover behind that one. I'm done.
Alright, so as you guys do this, you shoot into it and you do everything. You, for the first time, see it messing with something in this statue. Small and ornate. As you hit it, you hear ting, 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 and you see the ring that it was barely holding in its large now hands falls to the ground. You see its bright red encrusted fractured gem inside of this ring fall. As it does so, annoying that you've come to try and what? Stop me? And as you do, you see it turn, and it's immediately going to unleash a large cone. Now, yeah, top of initiative. You guys were 14s. He's going to turn. We're going to go here. Yeah, we'll just fly. I mean, you gotta spread out. You guys are getting smarter at this game. Look up here, actually, and fly over. We'll go right on Orm. And as we do so, we're gonna freaking slam into you with a big old fire breath. And this one is a little bit different. It goes a little bit farther and doesn't quite hit as hard. As you see it, it rips back. I need a dexterity saving throw from just you and Magnus.
Wait, how's it hitting me?
Because it's farther. You're 70 feet within.
Oh. Okay.
Why am I rolling dice right here?
This is a deck save?
Yep, dex save. I need you guys to pass on a saving throw.
25.
You are good.
10.
You are not good. So if you did not pass, you are going to take 50 fire damage. If you pass, you're taking half that. As you immediately see this
I'm
room
resistant to fire.
just start becoming enraged with fire. You see books starting to become burned, and you immediately get the sense that very much knowledge is lost immediately with this huge cone of fire. And then if this fight goes on too long, knowledge will be lost. So expediency will be important here. After that happens, you see him. All right, let's go. And now it's on to you, Fuctus, and Magnus at the same time.
I'll go first.
Crazy.
I'm gonna yell, maybe you should turn water elemental, so you know, got this fire he's throwing around, that'd be sick. And then I'm going to shoot him without sneak attack. And that is, did you just take my
That is that I take your
14? Does that
14.
hit?
That will not hit.
17.
That will miss as well.
I'm going to use my cunning action to hide. I'm gonna move and get into cover, and then use my cunning action to hide.
Okay. So you're moving into cover. Where are you going here? Where are you moving into cover at?
I'd like this way.
This way. You got 30 feet.
Actually, no, that way.
5'10". You could jump up here to this banister and maybe get towards this edge.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So give me an athletics check or acrobatics, up to you.
Acrobatics. Well,
12. Your movement is only going to give you 5 more feet. It took you a little bit more.
is it enough for me to hide though?
A little bit, not fully, but I'm going to give you a little bit of cover. You get 2 to your AC. So that's the end of your turn.
Do I get my self check for my hide action?
Yeah, give it to me. Onto you, fuck this. Or I'm your on deck.
28.
28. Okay.
Balls to the wall.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my channel divinity champion challenge.
Oh, what does that do?
Creature of my choice within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw.
Boy,
15.
natural 16.
So that just like completely wastes my channel divinity then if it like they don't.
What does it say?
It just says, I mean, channel divinity you can only use it once per
Yep.
long rest.
That's 5e. Sorry, man.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to move 30 feet away from me.
He just kind of looks. Ah! Now, as this is happening, both of you give me a perception check for free, Orem and Fuctus, as you stare at this creature.
What are we doing? That's
17.
Mm-hmm.
27?
As you stare and look in this low lighting, you can see that the throat of this creature is illuminated immensely. And as you look closer, you see that it is almost like the body of whoever was inside. You see almost like a fragmented version, almost like the head or maybe the torso is within the main part of the neck. And once this creature has transformed, you get the idea that this could maybe be a weak point. You look at it and you see that there's definitely thinner scaling that happens to be right underneath part of the neck in the nape area. You guys just notice this for a brief second after its fire breath. Onto you, Orm.
And by the way, my enlarge is over because I failed the concentration check. What's that?
Yeah. And he's still large, so that's cool.
I'm actually gonna.
He didn't really do anything.
I still have an action.
Oh, yeah?
That was my bonus action.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You're good. I'm going to. I have it in here. I want to cast guiding bolt on this guy.
Okay.
What's your charisma mod?
What is it? +3.
So it's +7. D20 +7, and then I think it does like 4d6.
+7 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be 3 plus your proficiency.
18 to hit.
Just hits.
That's good information. 4d6 plus something. It's your charisma.
16 damage from that.
16.
And it's like an ink. It's like ink.
Okay, so you just splatter all of this dark ink as you just slash right through. You hear him. He kind of lets out this guttural
I'm
roar.
excited for Brian's turn.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
There was something else. It's radiant damage. If that has anything to do with it.
You don't seem to notice any effect to it.
Besides it.
So the next attack roll made is at advantage.
All right. Orm, you're up.
And there's a mystical dim light.
A little bit. It's dark in here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to wild shape into a water elemental. And as part of a water elemental, I can just enter a hostile creature's space.
Really?
Yep. And so I'm going.
Are you large too?
I am also large.
Oh god.
And so I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna put myself on his head. And then I'm going to use my action to whelm. So I need a DC 16 strength save.
Yeah, that's cocked. 16 on the dot.
Damn.
I'm rolling pretty hot right now. My 16 is natural.
Then I believe the only thing that happens is if I moved up into your space, it pushes you out. So it just pushes you 5 feet.
In any direction.
We'll just slide 5 feet. Boop. Essentially. And that's the fucking end of my goddamn turn. Bonus action.
Wait, are water elementals also resistant to fire damage?
No, they're resistant to acid.
Right.
I assume his magic his attacks are magical.
Yeah, but you still have the shield.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
If that's it, it is now his turn, and we are going to slam a jam. After that, we're going to use a legendary action here, and we're just going to, or a reaction here, and we're just going to slam into you. Just normal bite. This is 2. First one's a natural 19. Second one's a natural 3 plus 10, 13. That's not going to hit.
Does he have magical teeth?
No, but the effect of the magical is. I mean, technically, yeah, all of his attacks are magical.
Okay.
The first one is you're going to take 22 points of piercing damage, and then you're going to take 4 points of fire damage. Now, it's his turn, and he's just going to throttle all the way through you. So all 3 here, we'll just make this real quick. First one is an 18, 28, and 28.
All of those hit.
Okay, so the first one is 13 piercing, 25 piercing, 23 piercing. So it'll be a total of 30, 41 plus
64.
Oh, both these are
Half health already.
it was
That's pretty
50,
healthy.
61 plus 13.
13
So
fire.
74.
13 to 7 fire because you're.
Yep,
taking
so
half.
7 fire, so half.
So that's 60
So 68.
plus the 24 already.
Yep.
Up.
And that's the
24?
that's the entire load. Yep. All right. End of his turn.
22. You got like 20, 30 HP left.
Nice.
On to both of you. Fuck this. You see it as it slams into you.
Fuck is him.
What a strong one you are, still
And I'm
standing.
finally closer.
Oh my god, you lay on hands to water.
Full health.
Actually, as you are close enough, you see this like raging face of Leodor, this old man, basically inside, like raging through this throat, almost silhouetted through his face, kind of piercing through. On to you guys now. You both
Can
can act
I use
synchronicity
my
if you want.
sharpshooter to shoot specifically that face you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Now, if you do so, it'll go at a -3 penalty to your shot, but you can do so.
Okay. I ignore cover.
It's not a cover; it's just a precise shot. You're targeting a precise.
okay. I see,
You
I see.
pushed him 5 feet.
Yeah.
Which
Here's the
means
first
if I
attack.
flank, I get
Okay.
advantage.
Here's
You should
missed.
be right next to him.
You would have to be.
All right,
like,
so
way
you,
over.
when it just kind of clanks off.
Okay, this one's 30, so 27.
30,
You have to be
27,
opposite sides from
that
This
hits.
is
As you do so, you
Yes.
see the arrow pierce right through the scales,
if I
right
would've
into
thought
the
about that,
soft.
I
That's an
can't be.
automatic crit.
Can be.
So take your damage and double it.
If I can get here.
18.
18 total.
Yeah.
I mean, that might.
So as you go through,
Oh wait, I get to sneak attack too. This gets doubled.
Yeah.
12 more damage.
so 30.
Best value sneak.
So with that crit, you also, as you hit that, you see him stumble. And as that happens, you essentially loses one of his legendary resistance immediately. So he
I'm
will
also
go,
going to action surge.
so he's going to go from 3 down to 2. And as he does that, he also loses one of his legendary actions.
I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay. Same thing?
Same thing.
All right, so you're targeting
Miss.
-3.
26.
26 will hit. So once again, second one in quick succession, just right into. So this is a crit, so double the damage. And you also will take another legendary resistance from him. As you hear Leodor inside as the
28.
voice. 28 damage. Okay. Or him.
And I'm gonna
You're next after. Yep.
I'm gonna cunning action and hide.
Where do you want to go? You can drop down the banister, or you can. I will say, you kind of like boop, just to shoot. You want to go back this way or run up?
Back that way.
Back this way. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll say you go clear into the corner.
And here is my stealth check.
On to you. Fuck this.
29.
Okay.
That's sneaky boy.
You kind of duck in between the bookshelves and kind of hide with your small body, pretty much out of sight.
If I go 30 feet to here, like let's run along the wall here.
Oh shit! That first attack was
Huh?
at advantage.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Would this be flanking?
I know automatic crit doesn't matter.
You going behind him more?
Well, like so, like this is as
Yeah.
far as I can go 30 feet.
I'd say
With Orm here, I'll be
here,
flanking.
since he's
It's only
facing
like
this
50
way, I'd say where you're at will be flanking, but once you go past this square, like if you go here, you're no longer flanking.
Well, I came from here. So I'm saying.
Yeah, so that I'll allow flanking from there. Because you're more than like that 90 degree,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay.
So you're flanking.
Which means I'm plus 14.
Hit. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to? No, I'm not even gonna say anything.
So okay, so I rushed myself. I wanted to yell Baylor before I.
No, you're good. You got it. Okay.
That's
yeah.
what I wanted to do.
All right. So you.
I'm just gonna yell Baylor. I don't know what's gonna happen because I assume there's only fire element. in
Yep.
this,
I was about to say. So as you do your, when it emits and it goes bright
worth
red
a shot.
into fire.
Okay. Rolled an 8, 14 plus
14
8
plus
plus
8.
14 to hit.
Okay. You definitely hit it.
Use pop it all, dog.
All right, so
Use the chains too.
9. What is it? Plus.
You should maybe yell about
what would it be?
the
Plus
spot.
6, 9. So 15 slashing damage on the first
I mean,
attack.
maybe they did, but
I saw it.
Magical slashing damage from a sword.
yes, magical slashing.
Smite. Another 11 smite damage.
What was the first one?
Are you gonna action surge? Because I gotta think of this. Yeah, I'll be back.
What was the first one? Damage? It was 11 plus. Just reroll it. Just reroll it.
9.
9?
8, yeah,
Okay.
8. It was
I-
Did you get the extra d6 for being a big boy?
not yet.
Yeah.
At the end.
Okay.
Oh,
now
wait,
we
he's
got-
not a big boy anymore, is he?
No, he's a big boy. He has his own.
I did it myself.
Oh, you did yourself. That's right. Okay.
So that's an extra d6. Just roll it real quick. 3.
Okay.
And that. And then I get an extra d4.
No, mine's gone.
Gone?
Yeah, my concentration.
Right,
Should
his
have
is-
added it to that
yep.
spell. But it's fine. Alright, second attack. 11 plus 14 to hit.
Yep.
Another smite, 13. Oh. Sorry, that wasn't the smite. It's 13 plus 6 is the damage.
19.
This will be the smite.
Doesn't your sword do something extra too?
9. Oh, so I guess the fire, it would be the fire, wouldn't it?
The elemental. But he's immune to fire.
I was hoping he's resistant, not immune.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter then.
So he is
No
immune.
effect. Yeah, he is immune.
It still looks cool.
It does. It's fire on fire into a big blaze as you're slashing into him.
Okay. The extra d6 for that one was
What's your smite damage?
6. Nah.
What is fire chain still restrained? Even though they don't do damage.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna action search.
Yep. Pump it all again.
I even got that for you.
That's a natural 20.
Oh shit.
Pop it. Pop it.
Oh, and I just rolled max damage. 16 plus 6 slashing. Well, 16.
I'm mathing it out. Do it all. Plus, I got 16 plus 6.
Yep.
Yep. 22. I'm writing it all down. We got it.
Plus 2. And then
You just hear
Let's use
over.
we're gonna use a level 2 smite for this one.
Okay. Yep.
That's 13. 18 smite damage. It's like,
Yep.
and I have one more.
You just see bright
all that-
lights just
all that-
emitting this
no,
dark
multiple-
chamber.
yeah, all that.
Just
Yeah, you got that all
oh
in that
yeah,
double?
times 2,
Yeah.
hand times 2.
Yeah. Jesus.
So that was 24 plus 18 times 2. Because it's 22 plus 2 plus 18.
And
Yeah,
then the last.
times 2. So it would have been 24.
Ooh, that's 16.
That'll miss. Okay. So you battle for literally 10 or 12 seconds, just unleashing your blade into this creature. As you do
Yeah,
so,
that
you
was
immediately
14,
see
yeah.
the creature diminishing in strength before you, as you see, this large, masterful dragonborn just beating the shit out of this dragonborn. You see scales flying, you hear the screams of it, and as you do so, you see him starting to falter. And let me add it up, but I'm pretty sure you easily did, that's 23 plus 25, that's 58 plus, no. It's 58
The third
plus
attack was.
20, so that's 20 plus 42, that's 40, 84. What did I say the first time? 50, what? 84 plus
52?
130,
Something damage.
136. 136 damage. Chunked through as dragon flesh just rips apart. You see him falter and drop to a leg, and you see him lose his last legendary resistance and all of his legendary
Did
actions.
he react at all when I
No.
screamed Baylor? Like, did he?
The blade, no, he did not either. The blade did, but the dragon did
him,
not.
Like, he
No reaction from what you could tell. Yeah, awesome round, dude. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
On to you, Orb.
I
You
can.
can grapple the
I
button.
can-
He has no resistance to.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
see if I get it back though.
I'll use my bonus action to
Yeah, but don't you
give
have
it a
more
faith
attacks grapple?
on myself.
Okay,
So I have plus 2 AC.
gotcha. All right, awesome.
It's my turn, yeah?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna see if I get Whelm back. I do. Dope. Then I'm gonna attempt the same maneuver. And I'm going to again just throw myself on his face.
Jake, give him his fade. He's been sick
Dude,
with
he's
it.
loving it. He's just basking in this glory.
I was thinking. I was like, man, if he was not immune to fire,
dude,
that
it
would
would
have been.
Oh yeah, that's why you need to get the blade infused with other types. That's you should start looking in
Or you could have
shops.
taken the elemental add to fire.
Anyway, what are you doing? Orb?
Look, I can hook you up. I need a DC 16 strength save.
Failed.
Oh God! You take.
Or a 3.
That's a D10. That's. All right. You take 12 bludgeoning damage, magical. You're also grappled, and while you're grappled, you're restrained, which means I don't even think you can use actions or
No.
reactions.
I don't think so.
And
Except to break the.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if I recall. And unless you're able to breathe water, you can't breathe. You can't breathe, dog. Yep.
The timer has started then.
Yep.
Yes. It becomes 0. Yep, everything. The creature has disadvantage on all the throws and everything. All right, so that's the end of your turn. No damage or nothing, right?
I did the 12 bludgeoning damage. but
Okay,
yeah,
I missed that.
that's-
Sorry.
I will actually burn a spell slot to heal myself. That's my bonus action. I will burn I'll do a 4th level slot to get 4d8 back.
And as you do this, you see Leodor struggle. And you notice that this large dragon, it starts to quake in fear. You see it stop. And with its windpipe almost being like collapsed upon, you see it starting to give up. Starts to bow down in a way to you, Orem, and it literally looks as if it's throwing in the towel. It starts motioning in a way that it wants to stop the fight. You see it put up one of its arms, trying to go through, but without any voice, it's barely able to get out a word. Stop! Before the last little bit of oxygen and air leaves. And that's it. You see now just nothing. It's suffocating. It's sitting here suffocating, waiting, hopefully, for you to give it mercy.
No.
You sit,
I double down.
you hold down, and you wait. You see the scales turning from a deep tinge of a red to a darker purple for a second before nothing. You wait a few more seconds, and you hear the last tiny bit of the air exhaust through. You have ended this encounter, and you have killed Leodor Albren, the second member of the Red Council, and you finally see about 10 feet standing in the bottom before the statue, this red glistening ring. You notice that encrusted in it is the ruby gem in which you saw Leodor messing with at the statue before, but what he was doing, you're unsure of. Now with combat over, you guys take a minute and you gather yourselves. What do you guys do?
Ooh, boy, that's a good question.
I'm just still standing there like, hello.
Hey guys,
You just feel that like heat.
that if you bathe in dragon's blood, it makes you real strong.
You're like you have heat and just like immense, just fortitude just pulsing off of you with your just overwhelming presence, dude. Like after that, that's like exerting all of your force. Like you're exhausted.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like that was a lot.
Fuck this. Get all up in that dragon blood. Get all that power that's in that
Start
dragon blood.
So rolling
I'm
in
gonna
it.
go ahead and say Baylor, and so the sword is no longer flaming, so I don't catch anybody on
Yep.
fire.
So it rescends from it. You sheathe the blade.
You said that there's a red ring somewhere around here?
Yeah, the statue
Yeah.
is
way
where it
over.
was dropped. So over there is where you see it.
Okay. Is Leodor, is he like in the dragon? Can I pull him out, or is he the
You
dragon?
look inside. Give me an investigation check, or this can be I know a medicine check too.
Medicine it is. That's a 6.
You think there's a body in there?
I'm gonna see if I can.
You'd have to gain access to it.
So I'm still a water elemental. I can squeeze in
Mhm.
spaces up to 1 inch wide.
Right. So you want to try and squeeze in and see? Just be like. So
Yeah.
you just kind of take your face hole and just kind of.
I'm gonna waterboard this dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going inside of him.
All right. So you go inside, filling up most of it, and as you do so, you like the whole side filling up with like this vacuum of water through the arrow piercing holes it went through, and as you do so, you see almost about from like the waist up this muscle infused torso popping up through the neck, and through this neck column you see this body essentially. You see the hands ripped into muscle, augmenting through the arms that it's using, and its neck almost through its throat tube in a way that is almost the way it's talking and manipulating. You see muscle attached to its face and other ligaments, almost like a puppeteer in a way.
So you're
Puppeteering.
saying is this dude's like a Titan from Attack on Titan,
In a way.
except he's a
Dragon.
Cool as hell. That's dope.
And you there's just liquid all around it now. And you see this, and you see that Leodore might still be alive.
I don't like that in the slightest.
Well, he's not breathing.
Right.
Because he's full.
Full of water. But I'm just saying you can tell that he's unconscious, but not dead.
I would like to see if I could rip him out of this dragon.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Okay. Water elemental strength is better than mine, so.
We can get messy if we have to.
Seriously, though, you should start eating the dragon. Your dragon.
Just a pure strength check.
Look, that was the old me
Oh, nice.
where I was eating everything.
22.
This isn't everything.
So,
this is pure
with
dragon
your-
meat. This is a delicacy.
With the water intricacies of your elemental, you kind of go through and quickly cut through some of the tissue and sinew, and almost like throwing up, you both see just, and it scares you for a moment, thinking, oh shit, is it alive? And you see it just throw up this water, and out comes this body. You see its legs basically detached from a little below where the calves are. No longer feet, ripped from this quick insertion and exertion from him pulling him out. He must have cut, or they were infused or whatever. He no longer has legs for the most part, from calf down at least. His hands are no longer there, and you see this man not regenerating like a titan. You see him sitting here unconscious, and all you hear is like a gurgle as he's slowly been drowning.
I'm going to run his pockets.
He's naked. There's no pockets.
I'm going to stab him.
Okay. You
The
just
juggler.
Oh, okay.
Can we save him? Can we save him?
Why would we save him?
No, he's dead. You walk up, and as you do so, as he asks if you save him, you just see Magnus just,
Just real nonchalant.
and the blade just seeps right in, and all you hear is nothing fill the chamber. Just the sound of winning. The fact that you won, and that you've ended this, at least for now, in this chamber. And only with one fire breath going off. As you look around, you notice that about 90, maybe even more % of this library is still intact after that fight. Though things were pushed over and things were destroyed,
And some water got everywhere.
some books were not, and many knowledge is still left here. You take a few moments and you look around and you notice that there are what look to be very, I'd say, unrecognizable to you all, except for maybe Orem, bodies. You look and they are not humanoid, they're automaton. You notice that 2 of them lay crushed, thrown against the walls. Almost like defense mechanisms maybe for this chamber. Very futuristic, that seems very odd to all of you.
So these things don't look like dusty, clockwork,
Nope.
ancient, mechanical shit.
They look almost
They look
futuristic.
like some Star Trek era android looking things.
That have been here for a long time, judging by this chamber. Now, everybody in here, give me perception, as if you're just looking around, or investigation if you really want to deep dive into what's kind of...
Deep dive, because I suck at perception. I get advantage on those checks.
I got an 11.
27.
Everybody's investigating, right?
Perception available?
Yeah, either one, that's fine. I'm just...
26.
Okay, 26. You hear nothing. Quiet. There's most likely no one coming.
We
Take
have
a
an
few more
alarm.
moments. You notice that you're the only ones here, and that there are tons of books. Some that are barely even bound together, and some that are made on actual stone tablets that have been locked away from possibly thousands of. As you guys look around, you both notice that there are some things that are kind of locked away in here. You both find a little over 1,000 gold pieces. So I'd put about 1,000. You notice that there are many statues that are laid with gold fittings and jewels. As you look around, you see that there are silver-touched brooms, things that are lined with gold, books that are encased with covers of rubies and diamonds, things that look like they've almost been encased or passed down from not only nobility, but from kings and queens through time. Things crafted with such
So you're saying like
high nobility, yes, such high nobility that these books have maybe only been seen or read once or twice. You notice that some of these have such brand new bindings that maybe never have been opened before, or have been in this bookshelf for so long undisturbed that their binding has almost gone back to a perfect state. You go through and you notice that almost everything in here is inlaid with some sort of jade or some sort of silver or highly valued or fabric or anything that you touch in here. Whether it be mundane, it has been turned into riches. You take a few moments and you notice that as you look, you find a staff. You look at it and you see it underneath part of the statue. You see it almost look like it's being inlaid by something. That is what I would say would be one of the nicer items that you find still intact. You go around it and I would put down that you find a mixed match of items, probably ranging in the 20 to 50,000 gold range. And how much of that you can actually bring with you? Maybe only a couple thousand.
I have a bag of holding.
We could have more bag. I could have a bag of holding.
We could.
Jesus.
Right. I mean, it's statues, stuff like that. So you go through, you notice that there's many stashes that all have one superior potion of healing in them. And you see that there are 4 in total. You go through, and as you guys keep looking, you start getting into what you notice as the layer of lapidaries. You see this above the statue. As you guys take a few more moments, do you guys wish to start delving through some of these books, going through seeing what some of these are? What do you guys want to do?
You said very early on, you said something about 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, they both found just 1,000 gold just lying around, and then then there is
1,000 gold each, or 1,000 gold total?
Each.
Okay.
And then there's probably 50,000 worth of just stuff you immediately find walking around in here just by quick appraisal.
Yeah, so just make an extra bag of holding. Do you have a bag of holding? Let's just make 2 bags of holding.
And he said there was a fancy staff.
Yes, there's a very fancy staff. If you guys want to take a minute, I mean, you guys have plenty of time. Anybody wants to tune to it too, or
yeah, we need to
look.
I mean, I don't care about the riches. They seem sacred. We can.
A lot of them do seem sacred and ornate, or passed down or collected from, maybe kings or queens or old nobility, kept for recollection. Maybe you guys maybe wouldn't know that.
You're the investigator. Are we talking to a statue?
We're going to, once we conjure some more bags of holding and leave the place of magical artifacts like that staff and other magical artifacts you can see.
I don't even know if I really want the staff. This shit doesn't belong to us. It doesn't.
I like the potions.
I do like.
Okay, motherfuckers. We are going to kill another dragon that is not only a motherfucking dragon, but has employed an entire airship and has access to a complex weapon and that cunt blood mage. And you want to be all like, oh man, all these magical artifacts, they're just on the fucking ground. Let's just... My honor is too tarnished to touch these.
All right, that's fair. The magical artifacts, I'm in. The random jewelry and books laying around, that's not going to help in a fight. I think we're okay. I might steal some diamonds. I might pop some diamonds off with my dagger, but that's about as all I'm going to do, I think. Yeah, we're going to pocket the potions.
I'll take,
Okay. And then you guys got 1,000 gold piece each. I'll hold on to the fancy staff. I don't have detect magic. I can't tell if there's anything else around here. Are we taking...
Can I investigate for labels if there's any organization to see if there's
100%. You can see that already. You don't even need to roll. You just quickly glancing. You're probably at high enough passive perception. I need you to investigate for that.
I mean,
you see that things are labeled, and you see that things have been labeled in many different handwritings,
We were investigating.
and some of it is extremely old and then dated
I
newer.
don't know what that means.
Are they like
Taking a short
categories
rest.
of like what they are?
As you look, you actually see that there are dates or what look like references to date. And you see that the oldest one, quickly glancing, goes back almost 2,500 years. And you see that it's noted by EC, marking pre-calamity.
Oh.
And as you look, you notice that this is a pre-calamity that marks pre-sky calamity, marking that this is predecessing something.
Okay, I'm gonna go there. See what's in there.
You go all the way back, and you see what talks about a raining down two titans, two fallen brothers that have ascended to power. That's where it starts. You kind of run your fingers and trickle down through, and you see what look like this thick slabs, not papers, not parchment, actually etched slabs. As you go through, you notice that some of these talk of falling out, two primordials, the gods splitting, calamity, large event happening, many magical deities being split among different realms, different areas of Capula, going under different names. And you know that the name of this world is not Capula. You see it is referred to as Fracca. And as you go through, just quickly glancing, the word Fracca comes from a fracturing event. And the planet became a fractured part. You kind of trickle through, going through time. You see where the calamity goes through. And just quickly glancing, you see where Rennoc have had his birth. You see where the sky calamity, another second calamity, is marked by a huge tomb of like a tablet.
Magus is like taking notes.
You notice that as this is marked, you see that this is what looks to be where the calamity and his height of power was gained. You see from here many different transgressions of him attempting to do this almost repetitive gain of power, though failing every time. Never able to reduplicate that first time when he was with the Dereverence. You see the time span from when he was with the Dereverence to now is close to about I'd say about 1,500 years from what you're able to gather. If you really investigate, it goes along a little bit farther than that, but you're not quite how sure. If you really want to take like 20, 30 minutes and dig into it, you can. You want to? Or do you
We got
guys?
time for now.
Okay,
And
so
this
you
information's important.
dig in and you know that it goes back almost 2,500 years.
I was gonna ask real quick, like us searching through these books and stuff, would that be considered like downtime, short rest, or?
Are you
100%.
bathing in dragon's blood yet?
I will be. I'll be as part of my short rest. I'm going to be identifying a staff.
Why do you
Okay.
think I wanted to talk to the guy?
This staff is
I wanted
a
to know how to turn
staff
into a dragon.
You know what usually helps? Bathing in
of
dragon
thunder and
A red
lightning.
ring.
It's how
What?
fast
It's a
you become
staff of
dragon.
thunder and lightning.
Staff.
That's raw.
Actually, that was okay. the first.
Yep, so you can look that one up. And as you look at it, you notice that there is a book next to it that speaks of the creation of certain storm sites and how many of these should be feared and how many gateways through the
What are you looking at?
You see, there's just a book that's next to the staff, and just a quick glance, you kind of just gather that it has to do with the ley lines or something, just by the imagery you see on the cover, that the ley lines are affecting possibly storm generations in some way. That's all you can gather. Now, if you guys wish to take any of the books or really kind of go through, you start pulling some of the books, and you realize that every book that you start pulling off of some of the actual shelves are unreadable. Regardless of what language you know, you all look through, you see no language. And you understand none of it.
What was the lapidary section you said?
This chamber, at least, seems to be known as one of the sections of the last lapidary. Meaning it was probably the name of the group or secret organization that helped form this.
Could that be like the statue standing before us?
Maybe. You want to go investigate it?
Sure.
You move closer and you see right before you as you walk up, the ring still sitting on the ground. You look at it and you see the statue, though kind of feminine in make, looks almost as if elven. You see that this is a statue of a lapidary, some gem crafter working its trade. As you look, you see on the anvil where it looks as if it's striking a small little socket. You see scratch marks. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
If you're unsure.
Technically speaking, I can use both.
Now, while he's walking up and doing this, what are the rest of you guys do?
19.
We got an hour long.
Besides investigating, I'm trying to convince fuck this to
So,
be the dragon.
are you
blood.
still looking through the books?
Yeah.
They're still all unreadable.
I'm still.
I rolled a natural 20. It's a 19.
You see that the ring and the socketed gem in it matches up almost identical to the small socket in which the lapidary looks as if it's striking, but the socket's empty.
The ring is on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's red.
Mm-hmm.
So does it look like a ring would fit there or a gem?
It looks like if you held the ring up to it, possibly, like with an nat 20, I'll give you, it looks like you could almost socket it, you know,
I
if
can
you
pick that up without touching it.
I'm going to touch it.
touch
I'm
it.
not putting it on. I'm just
You see your hands start to, no, I'm just kidding.
I'll go ahead and try to socket it.
All right, you do so, and as you do, you see as you socket it, it almost like cements in, and you go to pull your hand back, and nothing, and you have to actually alleviate your hand up and out of the ring, and you notice the ring is quite large in its finger hole, and as you do so, you see that the statue starts to slowly animate, and you hear a very soft voice. Who has entered the last lapidary
Do they hear
chamber? Yes, everybody, you all hear this auditory throughout.
this? Well, we call ourselves the Moonlight Marauders.
Why have you disturbed crystalline lapidary?
We see it was him first, pointing to the dead man with no legs.
You see the face and the
And
body.
corpse of the dragon.
It doesn't really shift, but you see just these small eyes of like rock just slightly shift. What do you ask?
What is this place?
A sanctuary created by the Reverence to hold knowledge for future adventurers or those passed down by kin to stop future calamities.
Who was protecting this place?
Party of the Reverence were protecting it. After they fell, it was passed on to the secretive group of the last lapidaries, formed group that was created to make sure that the knowledge was safe. It was hidden in a library in an attempt to safe haven it in future years to come. It has been standing for thousands of years. We have passed on this generation, keeping the secrets safe. For if they fell into the wrong hands, the world could possibly be lost.
What kind of secrets are you keeping safe?
Ones that could possibly control this world and many more. Gateways of possibilities, other planes of other existences. Creatures and monsters that could crush and destroy worlds. Realms and planes that could cause you to go completely crazy.
I noticed we couldn't read some of these books. Who or what is able to read these books?
Only those that are worthy, chosen, of good heart, of good intention. You must pass through my guidance and my judgment. And if you pass, then I shall grant you the language in which you can read it.
Anybody want to give it a shot?
I mean, I'm down.
Let's just say, in the grand scheme of things, there are evil people, similar to the kinds of people you say could fall into the wrong hand.
There are always evil people.
We are attempting to stop these evil.
You see it turn, and instead of where it would strike this, you see it finally animate fully. And you see it rotate, and you see this large hammer. Huge. About maybe 7 or 8 foot, just the head of the hammer. And as it does so, it turns. And you see it animate, and with 2 hands, almost turn to you like it's about to crush down. Present the one that shall be judged of true intention.
If you don't do it, I will.
I'll do it.
You step kind of before it, and as you do so, with the red now gem inside, you see this hue of almost like the spotlight kind of form. You kind of move and stand in front of it. You see this hammered, double-fisted kind of arch above its head. I see that you have done many deeds. Many things you have also done, taken many lives. Judgment is not on just your past, but what you could possibly do in the future. You have any loved ones or a god in which you speak to?
I've been more intrigued toward Bahamut here of late, whereas before I maybe wasn't so in tune with the faith of my kind.
The nobility that you seek in that creature or god is true. Though it is fighting a war right now with another deity known as Garrix. The creature, and before you within this you see the symbol you have all been trailing this entire time. This red fired eye symbol glowing in front of you, hanging. As you wait a few seconds, this creature fights for its freedom. It attempts to break from the pandemonium, separate plane. If judged, you will be branded. Make sure that this creature is never to be let out again. By past judgment, you will be branded as a keeper and defender of the vault. I will share with you the details and the information only if you and the others here and witness accept.
Wait, like us all accept?
You are all in witness.
Okay,
I
I'm down.
accept.
You see as this hammer starts to sway for a minute. Shall pass your judgment now. You wait about 30 seconds. You see many imagery of different things that you've done over the last 2 to 3 weeks. And then they stop. To this hammer for just a second. Drop down. And within inches stop right before you. You don't flinch. Stand right there. You have an interesting way of showing that you are worthy and persistent. You have lost friends and loved ones, and yet you still stay on your path. You can be trusted of true intentions. You wait a few moments, and you are told of, for about an hour or two, all of you, stories of Rennoc. You are told of the beginning of how many things started. You are given this language to be able to read the books here. And as this statue of this ancient lapidary speaks to you, it references books that you should look at. It feeds you information for hours. 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. You guys start worrying, we're spending too much time. You immediately, basically, in long term, in a short, abridged way, you learn that this is a chamber of the last lapidaries, a secret group. This knowledge is known on how to create and cut gems underneath the Calamity Moon in hope of one day hoping to be able to commune or to rebirth the members of the Deliverance. These lapidaries were created in one search and one search only, and that was to find the Deliverance and to bring them back in any way, in any form. They supposedly have done so, creating what is known as the Council of Stars. And in doing so, have been trying to commune now with them as they have reached godhood in some small way. Over the thousands of years, whatever has changed in the stars and these calamities, these deities and such have existed, and with the last calamity, when the Deliverance were betrayed, there was a second moon that was pushed. Rennoc and the effects pushed the second moon far enough away that there is some misunderstanding on what lies there. It's supposedly said that the reason why he is looking for this power is that during the calamities a long time ago, they sent starships of great size leaving the planet. And on those ships were Rennoc's family. They sent it to the nearest moon in hopes of saving as many as they could when the calamity hit. They never came back. They were struck and abandoned on that second moon. They lived and had to form and habitate it, though Rennoc was unable to get there, which surged his power to find a way to get to it. During the calamity, Garrix, a very evil draconic pantheon member, came through seeking to burn Fracca, now known as Capula, to the ground, cleansing everything. A party was mustered, and great adventurers formed the Party of Deliverance. Rennoc was its leader. When the power of Garrix was defeated, Garrix tempted Rennoc with an offer. Do not defeat me, seal me away, and I shall grant you power, and bring me back one day, and I shall topple again, and we shall reign together. Well, Rennoc then betrayed him, sealing him away in the plane of Pandemonium, taking his power that he was given, creating this memory magic, immortality, as long as he is tied to Garrix, creating this flame deity that is now believed as the Ember King or the Cinder King or the Fire Lord, many names as you guys go on and have been told by throughout history. Relinoff now has to constantly try and find ways to duplicate this power that he received, unable to. So now, knowing that his immortality is fading and thousands of years have passed, you learn that he is dying. The only way for him to live is to bring back Garrix, make another deal to give him power, and for him to defeat Garrix once again to seal him away. Steal part of the power that was imbued by him. Though they believe now that can no longer happen. That without the calamity and the magic, this is impossible, and then Relinoff is going crazy. You see books leading up into earlier years, maybe 20, 30 years ago, members of this secret society speak of how Relinoff has been going actually crazy. That he sits in a porcelain tower locked away for years, never leave. Having minions doing his biddings, causing him to go crazy, possibly changing in complete size and stature, maybe not even a humanoid or a creature or human anymore at all. You go on and you learn that, as you know, there are memories sealed away. You know that Tyrando Roxalia is the true name of the Rox region members. And the name Roxalia has been sealed away. And hearing this, that is the first time anyone has ever heard the true name of the Rox family. You know that he shattered every member that was formed after Relinoff committed the betrayal of atrocities and tried to scatter the souls of his friends of the Dereverence throughout the entirety of the Fracca planet. Failing to do so, he was only able to scatter them so far before he was able to make it back to the Rox region, where they were able to stop and defend off Relinoff. That storm site there is a sanctuary. The statue goes on and it tells you that the sanctuary is one of the last living places of the true planet before the great destruction of the calamity. One of the last untouched regions that has not been affected over all the thousands of years of destruction and change. That memories there have not been affected. That is why they lay in seclusion. That is why they have not been allowed in Hexwell. Because they know the truth. And they don't wish to partake in any of it. Because they don't want to be affected. You notice this is the last part that you see. An individual known as Cassandra Volt changed everything with Teldris Aknos. A machine was created using a life force from Gildor that was able to use it as a power conduit to, over the last 7 to 8 years, seal away and contain memories of hundreds of thousands of individuals, using his fragmented soul as a piece of this power source, collecting these memories, and with the real version of Gildor locked away in some sort of dimension, using him as his conduit to funnel those memories through. You know that this individual known as Gildor is most likely locked away, going crazy due to the amount of memories flooded through his mind.
The thing is, this Gildor would not be the Gildor you guys know.
Exactly. This would be the flesh and a completely different soul. The last things it says before it stops and solidifies is that all knowledge here can stop Relinoff in time. That if you trust individuals, this information is who you be very careful to share with. Because if you share it, you never go back on who you take this information to. Or if this information is found by Rennoc and destroyed, there will be no way for you or history to go against this.
Wait a minute. What would happen theoretically if you destroyed the Gildor that was holding all those memories?
I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
I was asking as Magnus to the statue man.
There is no more answers. It solidifies after its last words. You guys have access to this chamber, and after its last words, you see that the ring does not fall completely. The gem stays encrusted into it. As you see it, you notice that there is a small little stone that comes from where the ring was formed, and this bronze ring that held falls to the ground, and you see this coin. And on it, you see around it the words, "The Last Lapidary's Chamber." You see a picture of a bookshelf, and you know that it is magical. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
It's like one of those little penny.
And we will pick up there
like
next week. Now, good stuff.
So,
Magical coin?
who is going to protect the chamber?
Who's gonna receive the dragon's blood?
I don't know. We'll find out next week. Now, thanks to everybody for showing up. Thanks for everybody for watching. Good stuff.